Hello, y'all. How is it going? today, today is Friday, and as always, that means it's time for a viewer level stream, which is what this is. Um, as is often the case. Hello, people in chat. Very good to see y'all. As is often the case, I have a few things to say right up top, and then we'll get right into the action shortly thereafter. I'm gonna make the the UI at the bottom be small. Hello, Mario May Eat You. Hello, Alan. Hello, Turkatron. How you doing? Thank you for getting the levels in. Thank you anyone else who's watching and not chatting. You know, that's also perfectly good. I have notifications because I did not check them before the stream started. That's fine. Thank you for the plays and the likes. I always appreciate that as well. I have a large number of them, and I appreciate everyone that comes in. Make the levels have really high numbers on them. Thank you. Please. And, yeah. Couple things to discuss before we get into it. Mostly stream-related stuff. First off, this will be a change that won't be noticeable in the live version, but in the VODs, it should be more noticeable. I have adjusted when the VOD recording starts, which means that, basically, the recording should start, like, instance before the count of 10 starts. So hopefully that'll help people who are getting into it, who are like opening up the VODs and going like, what the hell is this, starting soon? It'll help them to be able to see the big 10 count appear before you give them the chance to like go over and hit that big ol' X button or get out of there, you know? It previously took a couple of seconds, and I just wanted to make that nearly instant, and I have. Also, now on the VODs, I have it so that whenever I throw to a break, the recording pauses before it goes to the break. That means that the break screen will never be seen again in any VOD hereafter, which, you know, I'll say I think the break screen is pretty neat, but also I do think that you don't really need breaks in a recording, even like 6 seconds of them, as I was doing previously. I would just do 6 seconds and then cut out the rest, just to show like, oh yeah, there was a break. But I think that's not obvious that's how that's gonna be, and people might start reaching for their mouses as soon as that break starts, not knowing it's literally 6 seconds. So now it's literally nothing. I'll just demonstrate and do a quick 2-minute break here, just to show the thing. Here, check this out. See? Pretty seamless. I hope that it isn't like jarring in any way on the VOD. I guess we'll find out. If I have to cut to like something else, I don't know how I do it if that isn't just seamless and cool and good. Hopefully it's seamless and cool and good, but we'll see. 2 other streams I will be doing in the near future. Okay, that's the wrong button. First off, Celeste64 tomorrow morning. Last week I did a Saturday morning stream at 11 a.m. Sort of a different sort of variety day stream on account of I've wanted to not stream on Thursdays so much since I got a new job, and that makes weekday nights a little harder to stream on. But this Celeste 64 thing, it came out earlier this week. It's free. It's short from what I hear, and I'm very interested in checking it out. That'll be tomorrow at 11 a.m. Alan in the chat says it's pretty cool. I look forward to seeing it. The other thing is that I am doing a stream next Thursday, Stardew Valley Co-op with Judo viewer of the channel, another streamer that I very much like. I've had him on the stream once before, and it was a very fun stream. I hope this to also be a very fun stream. He's a cool dude, and I've never done Stardew Valley co-op before, though I like Stardew Valley a lot. I don't have that much expectation for that stream other than like, yeah, it's gonna be cozy. We're gonna chat, probably talk a lot about anime. So, you know, I'm not sure. Like, he recently found himself between jobs and has more time now to watch anime and to do stuff, which is partially why I'm able to do this collab with him, because previously his schedule was like, fucked. You just couldn't find a time to do things on a regular basis. But I'm hoping that'll be fun. I'm hoping to talk to him about stuff, and we'll do some Stardew. Maybe we'll do other stuff as well. I don't know. Maybe we could switch games middle of. I'm not going to commit to that or anything. But we'll see what happens. That'll be a fun Thursday stream. Like we used to do like a month ago every Thursday. I'll say, the plan is still... Hello, Abby Mast. The plan is still to do 2 streams a week for sure, and a 3rd stream maybe if I have a great idea. So far, the last 3 weeks, I have had ideas that I want to do, so I end up doing them, but eventually we'll have a week with just 2 streams in it. Just to give me a break, especially since stuff is going on. I'll say, this week, I pre-ordered a laptop, I signed the lease on a new apartment that I'm going to be moving into in a few months. That's going to be in April, so no time soon. Don't worry about any interruption anytime soon. I see you, Abby Mass. Your messages, that message sent. If you have other messages that aren't sending, I don't know what to say. Anyway, that's that business. Let's go ahead and get into the swing of things. That's that upfront stuff. Let's do viewer levels properly. That's the wrong button. All right, let's get the first one. It's My Mario May Eat You. Who is here? One of the first ones. R-I-S-S. I don't know what you're saying, Abby Mast. Those are just letters to me. If that's a code, you're going to have to do !add and then your code, which is, I'll say that's the same to anyone. That's how you do it. You have to do !add and then your code. Or, tell you what, you can try your maker code, Abby Mast, if that doesn't work. Or just do !add. Oh, there you go. You got it working. Cool. Okay. Enough helping with what people enter in their codes. Let me enter this code and explain how it works for those who are new, those who need to know, etc. Hell yeah, Mario May Eat You. Let me explain. The way that this works is that if you are here, I give your level the full time of day, which outside the lightning round means 15 minutes plus 5 last tries. If that's not enough, that hasn't changed. just for the record. 15 minutes plus 5 last tries if that's not enough. If you are not here, I still play the level, but I do so in very nearly but not quite sudden death, wherein I only have 5 tries to beat the level, or 2 tries to beat the level, refreshing at checkpoints. Hello, Samos. This is one of them. You jump and it controls stuff in the levels. That's cool. I reckon this one will be easy to do in the time, though. I gotta learn how to time things. Oh, that was pretty sick. Very sick. Implementation of that. This one's easier. I had to open my big mouth. This one's easier than the last one. Other than the possibility that you could hit your shit. Hope everyone had a good week. I had a very eventful week, but I'll say, before getting into the details of... Oh crap, I just noticed I need to do on-off stuff at the bottom. I just thought it was bullshit. Today is your unlucky day. You have your son, so you have some levels from your son. Oh boy. Okay. We'll see how lucky or otherwise I am. Nice. This is good level. I like it. I've had a busy week, lots of stuff going on, but I will say it's nice that that is basically over now. That's all basically over now. I have everything sorted out. Pretty much everything I need to think about, other than just, you know, doing work good and getting the stuff that I ordered and doing a move in a couple months. Everything's sorted now. And you know, gonna talk about it a fair bit. Thank you for the level, Samos. Thank you for the level, everyone. What are we doing here? This is a... Oh, just... We can get just close enough to hit one ball off the pokey. That's something. That's something. GG. Hell yeah. Oh, it's nice to have a nice, approachable one to start with. Last week, I remember, it was quite hectic. There were a bunch of hard ones in a row, and I think we got out of the non-lightning round time without finishing a single one. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it going. I am ending the timer. Last week was savage. It was an absolutely savage week. I am hitting complete, and I am pulling up the next level from Alan, who just said, great level, fantastic. Alan is here. No further interaction needed. Did that come up? It should be there. That's weird. Let me check. There it is. Just being slow. Okay, go figure. Let's do a card while I am typing that in. Hello, PPKO. How you doing? Thank you for the level. Show Tillamook. What does this card mean, you ask? Well, I was at the grocery store, and I saw this. I saw this at the Tillamook. They've added a thing to the Tillamook. That's right. 4 cheese means more melt, please. I saw this, and I thought, that's a very funny thing to write on the top of a bag of cheese. 4 cheese means more melt, please. If you look, and I did look, all the other ones have similar things on them. Like, oh, the cheddar one says it's the trifecta. It's all 3 cheddars, basically, in a pithy way. But I definitely think this one was the best one. 4 cheese means more melt, please. Is that like a property of Mexican cheese mix? A Mexican shredded cheese that it melts real good? I guess the idea that it's good for nachos. I don't know. I've always just seen Mexican shredded cheese as like, that's like cheddar, but it's not cheddar. It's like when you're bored of cheddar, pick up the Mexican cheese. When you're bored of triple cheddar, this one's also good. It's it's like 4 different kinds of Mexican cheese. 4 cheese, more melt, please. 5-2 breaks under your weight. Let's find out what's up. It has a clear rate of 0%. That's probably not that. I'm not that worried. I think this is good. Oh, I see the problem. I see why people fail. I think we'll be able to do it, though. We just have to use skill. I'm gonna jump over this. And then... That's right, I can earn that first clear, and I will earn that first clear. Oh, I just realized if I get hit, it's over. Yeah, crap. Unless there's another one, let's just walk ahead and see what's up. Is this based on the actual Mario level? You know, Mario 1 level. It is, isn't it? Oh, I can backtrack. That's true. That's true. But the more I backtrack, the more holes there are in the stage. Well, then again, I can do this. Watch this. I'm gonna take a big mushroom, power down, and then we can run around, clear out some enemies. And then after we'll backtrack, and the enemies won't be here, you see. Isn't that smart? And then we can basically do the level at our leisure. I know this is cheese. More milk, please. And DGR played it so your in-game notifications have him blowing up. And good for you, man. Good for you. I'm happy to hear that. How popular is it? Like, what am I doing? Well, your in-game notifications have been blowing up. Says you have 2 likes on it so far and 6 plays. Do you mean like over the last couple of minutes? It's just started to blow up or something? Ah! Even with the cheese. It is based, you have a whole super world of this concept. Oh! Oh, okay, so this is just one of the whole game like this. Huh. You could have started me out on 1-1. You know what I mean? Could have started me out on... Ah! It's fine. I will live. Sha. This is a bonus level and not part of the super world? Oh, is it an issue of... Did you, like, run out of room in your super world or something? I know that can happen, obviously, if you have too many levels. I'm just gonna have to jump right over. The max is 40, you just made this one later. Gotcha. So are they all remakes of the entirety of, you know, Mario Maker or Mario Brothers 1? Like this one is? Yikes. They're all remakes of 5... They're all remakes of 5-2? Oh! I thought it was this gimmick with the being big and everything breaking under your feet. I thought that was the gimmick you were doing all over. We did it. That was good. I am happy. 4 cheese. More milk, please. I'm gonna keep saying that. I think it's very funny. Sorry. Thank you for the level. Another one completed. Let me get rid of the timer. Woo! We did cheese it. It is true. Turkatron is up next. Go ahead and confirm, Turkatron. Let me, do do the message which tells the people that they're up. Turkatron, go ahead and say a thing. Hello, Lol Steven. Thank you for the level. Turkatron, go ahead and confirm. In the meantime, I'm gonna do another card. I pre-ordered the Asus ZenBook Duo 2024 on Monday. I've been talking about this for a while. It's a fancy laptop that I've really been looking forward to since it was announced. And also since I have the... At my new gig, I had like a stipend to spend on technology for like working from home or whatever. For like getting a laptop or something of the sort. And I was looking at laptops and I realized like, oh, I actually love this one. I don't know if anything about cheese. It's that adding sodium citrate makes it melt easier. I did see a video about that. I saw a video about making American cheese. Did you see that video, Alan Batchutes? I thought that was really neat. And also I thought that molten cheese is just the most beautiful thing, actually, just seeing it like, goddamn, that's just liquid cheese. I love that. More melt is good. Here's an image I saw. I now have one image to sum up the what's cool about the laptop. Look, it's every feature that's included and all the specs that there are on it. I ended up getting the more expensive model, which turns out to be a $200 increase in price, which I think is pretty reasonable, especially since my company, my work is paying for most of it. And that gives you the basically 3K screen rather than 1080. It gives you the 9 chip, Ultra 9 instead of Ultra 7, and also I think an upgrade to the RAM, I want to say. I think there's like one or two other things that get upgraded. Oh, 120 hertz is only on the upgraded model. It's a 2-screen laptop, but you put on, it has like a detachable keyboard, and the keyboard, when you attach it, it ends up looking just like a normal keyboard, so a normal laptop. So if you want to just have a normal laptop, this does that, but also you can fold it out, set it up, and have just 2 monitors wherever you go. And also it's powerful enough where it should be able to handle a stream if I wanted to stream from it, let's say, for sake of example, which I think is great. I'm really looking forward to taking this thing into the office, setting it up in like somewhere away from the bullpen, you know, the bullpen, whatever the fuck. Setting it up all away from that in a nice area and doing some work in a nice, quiet area out of the hustle and bustle, which I think sounds really good. Hello, Rax. Submit your level if you want me to play it. !add, and then your level. Anyway, really excited for that. Turkatron still hasn't said anything. Really excited for that. Apparently, it's the date those are shipping is about 2 weeks from now, so it'll arrive about 2 weeks from now. I believe the 15th is when I will receive it. It comes out on the 14th, so like 1 day of shipping. I got it from Amazon. That should be great. I'm really looking forward to that. I will show y'all the laptop, of course, and hopefully y'all will think it's just as cool. I think I might stream from it on occasion, should I travel or otherwise do a thing. I accidentally showed the 4 cheese. Means more melt cheese. Means more melt, please. Again. Wrong button. Wrong button. I think let's continue the Super World, and because Turkatron's not here, we do sudden death. Yeah, just in time for Valentine's Day. That's correct. If anyone is the lover of Alan Bachus, or anyone actually, and anyone can celebrate Valentine's Day. That's true. Anyone can celebrate that, regardless of who your romantic partner is. This laptop will be just very nearly too late for it. Maybe White Day in Japan. They do the White Day thing. You could give the laptop for White Day. Thank you for the level, Rex, or Rax. Let's do it. What do you think, folks? Anyone wanna give me an opinion, up or right? I'll say also, to just finish the thought on the laptop, I'm glad I got it in. Apparently, after I pre-ordered, it went out of stock like very shortly after. Might have gone back into stock a few times since then on Amazon and otherwise, but important thing is I got it secured, locked down, and I'm ready to go. Up or right? Up or right? I'm gonna go, if anyone says in chat in the next 10 seconds a direction, I will go in whatever direction they please. It also comes with a stylus. Up, we got up. Comes with a stylus. Not used a stylus before on a laptop. I've used it on a DS and a 3DS, obviously, but I've not used one of these, like, fancy new styluses they have where, holy Jesus. Okay. One more try. Again, this is sudden death on account of Turkatron not being here and present when the level came up. Turkatron, if you wanna say something, I'll set a timer, do the whole thing. But if not, we gotta bop out because that's how it works when you are not present. Hello, Galacta Nightmare. Thank you for the level. I've not used a pen before. With one of those fancy new touch pens that they got with the pressure-sensitive tips. That just seems like a very smart design, and I hope that it works like half as good as I expect it to do. Do those basically feel like magic? If you're just pressing a little harder and the dot or whatever gets a little bigger? Does that basically feel like magic? I hope it basically feels like magic. I use paint.net. I don't know if paint.net does that or works with that in general. That's my image editing application of choice, paint.net. I like it a lot and swear by it. Hopefully it does something with that. Alright, Turkatron, thank you for the level. As always, you can resubmit all you like, but we gotta move on now on account of I don't see it in chat, and, you know, if you're not in chat, sudden death, that's how it works. You know how it works. Abermask. Abermast, you are up. Abermast. Let me go ahead and hit the button that puts a message into chat so that y'all know to respond to it, even if you're not paying the closest of attention. Really looking forward to that laptop getting here. I'll say I'm pulling up that page and that image. Again, this image here. The, like, Amazon page and videos of tech people talking about it and saying, oh, it's really cool. I look at that and I go like, ooh, I'm excited. I'm very hyped. I'm sure I'll get it and probably, you know, use it for normal things. And we might do like a stream test on it at some point. That's gonna be very nice. It's just gonna be very nice, isn't it? Abermast, I believe, from the YouTube side. Go ahead and confirm. Believe Abermast has appeared, you know, a couple times in the last couple weeks, so knows what's up, knows what to do, knows how we do things, understands and so forth. Throw the Goomba from the swing claw and ride on it. This is gonna be difficult, Abermast, if you don't give me a full 15 minutes on account of not being present. Okay? So, my suggestion is to say something. I'll do a card. Buy some time for Abermast. A little bit of time. I decided on new apartments. Applied and was accepted. I will be moving come April. Yes. I will say last stream. So just to go back a bit. Last Saturday, 2 streams ago, I said I was, after that stream, I was going to go look at apartments. And one of the apartments I looked at, I had some floor plan I really liked, had other things that seemed quite good, and I was feeling pretty good about it. But, you know, and I was feeling this way going into the Tuesday stream, and I talked about it as such, but coming out of that and talking with my folks and other things, there were some concerns with that unit, such as it was on the 3rd floor. There were other units of that unit, but they were above, like, the gym. And also, they were nowhere near, like, close where you could get, like, a detached garage, because all the detached garage were, like, really far away. You'd have to park in, like, a very specific outdoor place, which I'll say I've never had to do. The last few apartments I've had, like, full-on parking garages, and the first one that I had a detached garage. But so I went there and I talked it over, and we looked at some other units, and particularly, I looked at I looked at their attached garage units, and I found in those a layout that I really liked, and with a unit that was available come April, in a good position in the community. And I just looking at the layout and going like, yeah, I can fit all my shit in this. I can absolutely fit all my shit in this, and I'll have a dining room, so that's fun. I'll eat at a table for a change rather than at a bar situation. Yeah, this all seems great. The laundry room is in a good spot. It's in a place where I can bring those fucking laundry bins in. The closet looks plenty substantial. Not quite as big as what I have now, but I'll say my closet right now is ridiculously large. So, you know, in any case, it'll be able to hold all my stuff, I'm pretty sure. And what's more, I do have multiple other storage spaces in this apartment, and yeah, there's a lot going for it. I've been messing around with layouts for my, like, you know, stream setup, my couch and desk area, and thinking a lot about how that's gonna work come April. It's gonna be like first week of April. Very early April is when I'm going to move, the first weekend in April. Less talking, more Mario. Yeah, it says I believe it is time to say you're not here. Abermast, if you are here, go ahead and say, but let's go ahead and do it. It'll be the first week of April, which is exciting. I'm really excited for that to come, for the move, and to get into a place that I like. You know, looking forward to this place really, really much, and I'll say I can't give that much more detail on account of I can't talk about stuff that would give away where it is. That would be bad from a OPSEC side, you know? I can't, you gotta be careful not to dox yourself in today's day and age. Though, sometimes I do give specifics that would allow someone determined to work it out where exactly I am right now, but, let's not worry about that, other than to say, it's a pretty exciting thing. I look forward to getting out of here. This place has some noise issues with nearby establishments, and I am tired of hearing bassy music at 2 a.m. from nearby fuckers. Ooh. Anyway, that was a lot of my week. Just dealing with that. Thank you for the level. Mask wasn't able to do it. I think that level doesn't look that hard. We just need more tries. Some people don't get. They only have 2 tries in giving a level. Well, the thing is, if you're here, you get more tries. Like, this is outside the lightning round. The only reason The only reason he got 2 tries is because he wasn't present. If you are present, it's 15 minutes, so keep that in mind. Abermast, I hope if you submit again, you'll be more... I'll say this level, I think we could do it if we had 15 minutes. That said, the world record is 16 minutes, so... if we did it that way, I guess we might get a world record. So, fun. I bet there's a checkpoint midway, and the checkpoint is really hard. Is just nearly as hard. I'm going ahead and hitting dismiss. Up next is Simos. Something tells me it gets crazy after the checkpoint, as if it hasn't gotten crazy already. I see Simos in chat. That's fantastic. That's perfect. Let's go ahead and pop in this code. Also, I'll do another card as I do. I'll show another grocery. I got another image of groceries. Check this out. Oops, I accidentally dropped my Magnum Ice Cream. Dumb joke, I know. I thought it was funny when I saw it. You know, Magnum Ice Cream? Like the joke from Always Sunny. It's not quite like that, of course. It's a Monster condom, not a Magnum condom. But close enough. I thought it was funny. It's weird. I tried out those ice creams, those bars. They're actually quite small. You'd think they'd be quite big. GG and good luck. Hey, Turkatron. We did your level, by the way. You might want to resubmit if you want another go. I forget if we were able to beat it. I feel like the answer might be no, we were unable to. It's been a minute, though. My memory is sometimes shit. 15 minutes. Let's go. You did laundry? I understand. I'm also... I'm often doing laundry and stuff during streams. I gotcha. You gotta have the stream loud enough where you can hear it. I did say Turkatron a few times. But you know, hey, no problem, no problem. You know how it works, and you know that there's, no, like, stigma with, sudden death. I think it's fun to play levels that way. So it's all in good fun. You left your phone? Gotcha. Oh, did you have, like, laundry outside the house or something? Outside the domicile? Whatever your situation is? That would make sense. Ah, okay. My laundry room is, just over there, so I can hear the TV from where the laundry room is. In my apartment and in the next apartment that I, talked about renting. I'll say, there's a lot of laundry rooms out there in apartments where they're, like, inconveniently located. You know what I mean? That's one deal breaker for me in apartments. Where when you look at it, or something that makes me go like, I don't know. Anyway, when you look at it and you see like, okay, so the laundry room is at the end of the kitchen, and it's a very narrow kitchen, so yeah, if I I can't get 2 laundry baskets in to the laundry room. How does that work? How am I gonna get laundry from the laundry machine to the baskets? I guess maybe part of that is on me. When I do laundry, I like to, we're talking about laundry now. Isn't this fun? Thank you for the follow! What is that? Picateus? Thank you. I appreciate it. I am okay. I would say I'm okay. Oh crap, there's an infinite supply of fire flowers. I didn't realize that. Probably could have done that better if I had powered myself out before leaving. You didn't leave your Twitch up. Got it. You have to do your laundry with a stupid app. Oh wow, okay. I never had to do that. I always had a laundry machine in my units, or otherwise when I didn't have a laundry machine, I would take it to my folks' house, you know, my parents' house, and have them do it. Or yeah, I think I had them do it. I didn't do it myself. I don't think. Which is fine. Hey, you know, they're the experts. I'm not just making an excuse for doing less work. It's their machine, it's their rodeo. No, but whatever. It was fine. I'll say when I do laundry, I like to have 2 baskets and sort it based on destination. You know what I mean? Like the stuff that's going to the closet goes in one basket. The stuff that's going to the bedroom dresser goes in a second basket. You see? And that way I don't have to sort it like when I'm putting it away. That was a nice little level. Couple good boss fights. Very nice, Emos. It doesn't take quarters, even though it has a quarter slot. If you do, like, how much does it cost to do a load of laundry? Let me ask you. How much does it cost to do a load of laundry? Is it like a couple quarters? Is it like $2? What? It must be less expensive to do it that way, even over like a 2-year period, right? Because to get a washer dryer, it costs like maybe $1,000 minimum, maybe $2,000 if you want a really good set. Maybe like $1,500 moderately for something that's not crap in any way. Thank you for the level. So if you're doing like if it's $2 to do a load, and let's say you're doing 2 loads a week, then let's say it's $250. I don't know if it's $250, but that would be 5 a week. It can't be that. It must be like 2. Let's say it's 2. That'd be $200 a year. So you'd pay for a machine in like 5 years. Must have done the math wrong there. Must be more. It must be more like $1. I would bet. How much does it cost to get a load of that done? Get complete and get this out of the way and get the next one up. I honestly want to know. PPKO. Maybe 250. Wash 2 dry. Oh damn! So it's even worse than I thought. I was here saying like $2.50. Is that too much for laundry? Man, no. If you're doing 2 loads a week, let's say you're doing 2 loads a week, that pays for a machine in a year. If my napkin math is right. Right? 5 times 50 is... Wait, no. 10 times 50 is 500. No, it's nowhere close. And I'm using 50 instead of 52. Don't worry about it. It's close enough. It's close enough for an estimate. I'm also using 5 instead of 450. Makes the math easier. You understand. PPKO, you are up. Go ahead and confirm. Let me do the next message so that PPKO can see in chat that they are up. Yeah, it's... I'm glad I never had to do that, but I would really recommend anyone who can get a machine. It's probably worth it in the long run. Though, sometimes you do have to sell it if you move. The next place I'm moving to has machines already, so either I gotta sell them, or maybe I can put them in the garage. The attached garage that I had. I am really chuffed about the idea of a detached garage. Or, sorry, an attached garage. Hello, PPKO. Like, the idea of just parking my car and walking up some stairs to get to my unit, and there's no one on top of me, and it's large, and there's a very open floor plan. You can walk through the kitchen. There's a dining room type area Oh, there's a lot of things that are good about it. I'll say, it is a little bit more expensive than my current place and any place that I've ever lived, but, you know, I just got a new job. I can afford a slightly fancier place. I would do your laundry in your garage. If that doesn't work, then sell them. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. I'm thinking putting the laundry dryer that I got in the garage. I only want to be there for like a year and a half, maybe. Or maybe 2 years, at most. And then I want to, like, get a house or something. The next step is house. PPKO, how about the Super World? Super World good? You said, take the pick. Or should I do the latest? You did say latest or pick, so let me see what the latest is for context. Panko Hills. Ooh, it looks really nice. Let's do Panko Hills, and then, you know, look, you can always resubmit, keep on submitting your levels. You got your machine secondhand, and it was worth it? Hell yeah, that's great. I sold the first washer dryer that I had, because the second apartment that I had already had them, and then the third apartment that I had didn't, so I had to buy another pair of them. Really, makes you think. This time, yeah, I would like to just store them, because I know in my heart, like, yeah, next step ought to be house. So, I don't want to. Another reason why I went with an apartment that was this big is that I don't want to get rid of anything. I don't want to get rid of any furniture. I want to keep the complete stream setup that I have, the L-shaped desk setup that I have, the accent table and pantry style cabinet that I have. I want to keep all that crap so that when I move everywhere, it just comes along with me for the ride and is, you know, good. And I don't have to think about it. This is a very nice level. Oh, I just realized we're Toadette. The way that it's supposed to work is that I switch back to Mario at the start. But, sometimes I forget. We'll see how much space is in that garage. I think there is just some space in there for storage and stuff. So, I think should be good. If it's not that big of a deal to sell them. I'll just, you know, lose out on a little bit when I go to get a house and have to buy things. And I'll have to buy a lot of things anyway. What with the, you know, if you buy in a house, you gotta get a refrigerator, a dishwasher. What else do you have to get for a house? I mean, I can look around. Microwave, everything that's included here, gratis, I would have to get. Oh, stove, I'd have to get one of those. Jesus. There's a lot of things over there that, I would have to buy in the kitchen area. Huh. Again, makes you think. Thank you for the level. That was, lovely. And timer hit complete. Very good. Lewis Stiven. Looks like your code must have been, weirdly formatted. The bot didn't pick up on it. Lewis. Was Lewis in the, Twitch or the YouTube chat? Let me see if I can find that message and get the code. Go ahead and confirm, Lewis. Let me do the... Or, Louis? Louis? I know that can be said Louis sometimes. I kind of like saying Lewis, though. Lewis has a nicer mouthfeel to me. If you know what I mean. It's exactly what I said. It's not even a thing. Where is Lewis? Is Lewis on the YouTube side or the Twitch side? Let me find... I'm just looking through chat trying to find the original message we're in. It was added. Scrolling. Give me a second here. The next level is Rax, so it must be after... If I can find where Rax added their code, I can find... it'll be just above. Oh, here we go. Lewis Steven. No, you added without the dashes. That was the issue. Highly recommend using the dashes. That means the bot can understand them. I have mentioned this to the Warp World people. They're surprised. They think it should be rejecting anything that isn't formatted right, even if you're not checking if the code is valid. So maybe in some time they'll fix it. Who knows? There's issues with Warp World, but nothing else really supports, in even a little bit, doing a queue that is inclusive of YouTube and Twitch. Luis, I don't see, so let's go ahead and do sudden death. Oh, let me do another card real fast. I'll do a card. Did you watch that State of Play, the Sony State of Play? I watched it, though I watched a talkover specifically, so people were making jokes over it and such. And also I was playing a video game, but seemed like there was some stuff there. I saw Shadow was in Sonic Generations, which kind of makes me more interested in Sonic Generations. I like Shadow more than I like Sonic, so there you go. That's pretty cool. I could see that being neat. That Rise of Ronin's game looked pretty sick. Yeah, I could see playing that. I don't think have I played a Ninja Theory game? I'm not sure if I had, but it looked fun. It looked flashy. It looked it looked like there was a lot of stuff to do with the combat system, and it all looked like it flowed really well. It looked very, very cool. I think that game could be very cool. And also, you were doing like Assassin's Creed stuff with in like feudal Japan, sorta, kinda. That's cool. And also, there was Death Stranding 2, which, hey, I didn't play Death Stranding 1, so I'm probably not gonna play Death Stranding 2. So, whatever. That one, to me, doesn't interest me so much, but for those, I will say it seemed very, very weird, and I bet that's exactly what people are looking for in Death Stranding. I do not see Luis. Luis, I don't see you. Let's go ahead and get into the level. Whoa! Okay. Well, I have a feeling. Wait, what's this? First off, what's this? This is a 1-up, okay.
Oh, no!
I have a feeling that the timer is tight, but let's see. Oh, hey, there you are, Lewis Steven. Perfect. Let me take... I'll put you... Here you go. You're getting a full timer deal. 15-minute timer set.
Oh, no.
Let's see how many jumps in I can get. A little funny that if you move at all, it doesn't work. The spring doesn't get you.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So this is your first level, huh? It looks pretty hard. I don't know if you noticed. Something that's hard for new players to like dial in
No.
is how hard is your level actually. And I think your level might be harder than you think it is. Hello, Juice Rooks Roges. Thank you for the level. A lot of people in queue tonight.
Oh, no.
A lot of people in queue tonight. I'll say the first levels I made, I feel like it was a while until I realized like what constitutes a fairly reasonable challenge.
Oh, no.
And the clear rate suffered as a result. I say suffered. Some people like a high clear rate. Some people like a level to be hard. I don't know. I always feel like for maximum like conversion, does anyone think in those terms, like conversion?
Oh, no.
If you want the most amount of likes for the most amount of plays, you gotta be a little less... You gotta, like, come at it easy, You gotta be, like, fair, but, well, I was about to say fair, but, challenging. But actually, the most popular levels are not that. They're just very, very, very nice, but also flashy. This,
Oh,
not the nicest of levels. I don't know if you noticed.
no. Oh, no.
Happy to have you, Lewis.
Oh, no.
Lewis or Louis? I know that it can be pronounced both ways. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? As you know.
Oh, no.
Here's another card. Let's do another card. Did you hear how the WoW mods were swept up in the Microsoft Activision layoffs? Heard about this last weekend. You know, more coverage of the layoffs over at Microsoft revealed that among their number were WoW mods, which, when you think about it,
No.
seems wild. Because, yeah, WoW is a money printing machine, so long as you keep it, like, running, and so long as you keep it, like, keep the community happy. So, firing, like, most of the mods, or the entire mod team, that is, yeah, that doesn't seem like a good idea to me, but fucking, yeah, that's business. We're getting a little farther each time, that's good. Shout out to them, and I'm shaking my head at the just... Every time there's layoffs, right? You look at who they lay off and you go, what the fuck? Because they're laying off important people. They're laying off people who are damn good at their jobs. They're laying off essentials. Because the strategy with layoffs is to just randomly fire half the people and then see if they can get by without them. And you know what? If everyone works twice as hard, they usually can get away with it. Which, really sucks. It really sucks that it's like that. We're getting a little bit farther every time. We're getting a little bit farther every time. Well, not every time. This time. Not this time. And people say your levels are super hard. Well, I think we had some trouble with yours earlier, so I can't... I got nothing to say, but yes, this is a harder level than most. Most people don't make levels this hard. How about another card? Did you hear Spec Ops The Line taken off digital? Apparently, some license expired with Spec Ops The Line, which, by the way, I think is shit. I think it's shit that you can license music for a game, and then it expires like 10 years later, and then you can't sell the game anymore. That sucks that it works like that. I feel like all such licenses that go into games should be essentially in perpetuity, as long as the game exists. But whatever, that's the deal they made, I guess. Maybe they weren't thinking about how digital would survive, you know, that they could have still sold digital after 10 years. I guess those deals are fine if all you're doing is printing a physical run, and that physical run is everything, and once it goes out of production, you no longer have to worry about that deal. Different world we live in now versus 20 years ago. Spec Ops The Line, hell of a game. Really good story. I don't know if you know Spec Ops The Line. Basically, it's a game that looks a lot like a boring military shooter, except that it has some real depravity and some real fucking plot in it. It ends up playing out sort of like a Apocalypse Now scenario, where shit just goes fucking sideways, and it's pretty incredible at that. I will say, looking back at I looked at my backlogged review of it, which was based on my notes from the time, like 10 years ago or whenever I actually played it, and I did give it a 4 out of 5, because apparently, when I first played it, I didn't really dig the gameplay that much, and found it to be quite frustrating, which, you know, understandable. That happens. That's when, sometimes when you, getting farther every time. It's a game, I guess, where I like the story, but the gameplay itself, kind of more on the frustrating side. I'll say, when I saw the news, part of me was like, oh, that'd be a good, like, full playthrough for the channel. Then I thought I got it for 2 seconds and I remembered, like, wait, the reason it's going off digital markets is because it has music in it that is licensed. And it's not just like incidental music that you don't want to hear. It's good music. Like, I still remember that that action sequence set to Hush, the song from I don't know who. I have that song on my phone because of that game. I listened to it when I heard the news. It goes like, hush, hush, thought I heard her calling my name now, hush. That song. Good song. I like it a lot. And I remember that action scene being very cool and cinematic. And also there's some cool war crime stuff, you know? Not cool as in war crimes are cool, like Apocalypse Now style. You're supposed to think about it and go, ooh, war crimes are bad. And, Jesus Christ, that went to hell. Those are the two things you're supposed to think. It is a game that is worth looking back on and thinking about critically. I am sad that it's not available for sale anymore digitally. That sucks. I wish that all games could just be available forever. Or free. Once, you know, once... free or otherwise. Once they're, like, done. You know, it's all game preservation, right? Game preservation, very important. But also no one cares about it. Here's a question. So, if, let's say... Maybe this is a stupid question, because if you're talking about a song that's in a movie, or a song that's in a game, it would go in the public domain. Because the song came out first, it would go in the public domain first. So you'd never have an issue where music's rights prevented a game from going into the public domain. I don't know. They probably have tricks for fooling around with those systems. Anyway, shame about that Spec Ops The Line. I'll tell you, part of me is interested in going back and looking at it, and part of me says, yeah, I haven't finished Mario RPG, I haven't finished, like, a bunch of Game Pass games that I was interested in playing more of. I didn't finish Armored Core. There's some games coming out that are cool. I probably don't have time to go and play Spec Ops The Line. And also, I have a job now, so, you know, jot that down. Here's another card. Follow up on Bochi figurine. I mentioned before that I had a Bochi figurine coming in the mail. Looks like this, based on a actual model that appeared in the show itself in, like, 3D meat space. It's a whole thing. Hey, Squink. I pre-ordered it, like, a year ago. And I set a reminder for January to remind me that I ordered it. I checked and found out, like, oh, it's expected to ship in March. So, it's not going to be anytime soon that I get that, it turns out. I don't really have that much else to say about that, other than, yep. I can't wait for it to become. I can't wait for it to become. I can't wait for it to come. I think it'd be funny and fun to take it into the office every day and set it up on my desk to look at and appreciate while I'm in the office. And then 1000% make sure it goes back in the bag at the end of the day because, yeah, you know, not for security reasons, more because I can't leave stuff at the office. You don't have the same desk every day in my office setup. At my office. And also, we're not there every day either, you know. Or at least my team isn't. Someone's always there. Oh, we got past the first jump. Let's go. Second jump. That was a lot more jumps than ever before. I'm looking on the bright side. We're doing great.
Oh no!
We got 3 minutes left, and then the timer runs out. And then we do last tries. As you know, that's how we do things. Ooh.
Oh no!
I wonder if there's a way to like go down to that earlier prom plant if you miss that jump. I feel like the answer might be no, and also that you wouldn't be able to get enough speed to get where you need to go. Here's another card, one more card before we go to the lightning round, which is to show a good still. Check out this still that I captured from very good show, gushing over magical girls. It doesn't like you? Weird. Try it again, Turkatron. Maybe your command got swallowed by another command.
Oh no!
Hello, she's cute as heck, is what this girl from Gushing Over Magical Girls said in this week's episode, which I thought was a very funny thing to say. I really appreciate in an anime some good subtitles that have personality and charm in them. You know, when a character says something and I laugh because it's a very funny thing to say, and it's like well written in English, that's always a good thing. Also when the drawing is good, and that also helps. Gushing Over Magical Girls is pretty good. Pretty damn good. Really thoroughly enjoying it. I will say, again, I've said this every time it's come up, it is a very, very porny show. And I use porny very specifically. It is on that side. It's not horny, it's porny. It's beyond horny. But it's also really good, and the characters are great. The writing is great. The animation is fantastic. It is the best. I'll say I think it might be the best ecchi there has ever been. That is just like out and out on the ecchi side. It's like, you know, too far gone. Obviously, I'm not gonna say something like, oh, it's better than something that's like mildly ecchi. Like I would say 100 Girlfriends is mildly ecchi, but not like full blown ecchi, not like porny. It is for sure the best uncensored show with uncensored nudity I can think of as far as anime goes. How about that? It's good, and I like it. The thing is like, it makes such a good first impression as well. Like, I knew that I liked it within like a minute. Even before the first nipple showed up on screen and it revealed its hand, and it's like, oh hey, we're going for it. We're gonna show it. And it's gonna be like some real business. Even before that was revealed, the characters just jumped right out and were super cool and likable. Let's go ahead and end that timer, get the 5 tries up. I haven't talked about when the lightning round will begin. Let's say 8 o'clock. Let's say 7:45. Let's say, yeah, 7:45 is what we've been doing recently. That sounds like a good plan. Did I die? Let's say this is the first death, I forget. We got 4 tries left. I need to count it every time I die, as you know. As you know. And even deaths like that count. They all count. 2 tries, let's do it. This is the run. This is... That was not it. Good tries. I think, Turkatron, you were a little premature in saying that. I hadn't died when you said that, but, you weren't wrong. Thank you for the level, Luis. I hope you enjoyed seeing it. Hopefully, that gives you some feedback. I'll say that is a very hard level. There's, like, one jump in particular that I think is a little bit unreasonable, which is the one where you have to go to the right and then pull back to get the distance that you need. That one is a bit too far gone for my taste, but I think otherwise you got a pretty reasonable. I think it's not as hard as it could have been. I think that it's reasonably easy to figure out, like, one step at a time. And I think someday you'll meet the person who clears that level and tells you it's not so hard. I think I could do it if given another 15 minutes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go ahead and dismiss. Rex! Rex, go ahead and confirm. There's a lot of people in queue, so I understand. It's been a while since your level was submitted. I appreciate you for staying around. We have discussed a possibility of adding like a 10-minute time rule on top of the normal rules, wherein like, oh, after a certain point, we go to 10-minute timers, or hey, what if after we get, if ever the queue hits 10 levels, we switch to 10 minutes rather than 15, let's say. I could do something like that, but I feel like overcomplicating things is not necessary and not in the best interest of things. Hey, let's do another card. Looking forward to green screens for the next apartment. Yeah, so I've talked before about how this layout in this apartment that I have wasn't really set up with like streaming in mind. When I moved here, I was not a streamer and had no expectation that I would become one. And that's all changed now, which means that I will be trying to place the TV in such a position and the couch in such a position where it's very easy to have a green screen behind it. That said, I am still thinking the TV will be against a wall or against a window, something like that, and that the couch will be sort of like facing the rest of the apartment, just so from like my, say, dining room table, I can look over and see the TV, you know, and watch things while I eat or while I cook. But I want to have a retractable green screen, and I think the one that Elgato makes would very easily cover the space behind the couch, very easily, without even when I like were to zoom out like to here, I think it still would cover. You know, you could really zoom out maybe to like, maybe not quite to here, but somewhere like in here, I think the green screen would still cover all of, which seems like a great idea. Seems like a great thing to put together, and definitely want to do that. I'll say I'm not sure quite the arrangement of my desk and my like I'm not sure like the arrangement of things yet, so I don't know how exactly I'm gonna place everything. I'm thinking maybe the desk will be like not against the wall this time, so it'll just have a wall with a non-retractable green screen or like a green curtain or something behind it. It's gonna have windows behind it, so I'm thinking maybe just a green curtain would be its green screen. And I think that would be cool, though it would look weird when not in use. Could I do something goofy like have the green screen behind a curtain? Or like have 2 layers of curtains that can be pulled back separately? Can you do that? Have 2 layers of curtains that can be pulled back separately? So I could have like a green screen that pulls in, and then when I don't want that, just my regular olive green curtains. I have olive green blackout curtains, by the way. Have those pull in and, you know, not be green screen curtains. Definitely want to have green screen for both the desk cam and the couch cam, and I see that being rather doable. Rather doable. I'm actually, part of me is just thinking like, oh, I should just go ahead and do it. I should just buy the damn thing. It could go in this apartment. It'd be a little bit awkward. It'd be a little bit obstructing of like space in this layout that I got. But I could get it. I could try it. I could set it up. But I think I'm gonna hold off, considering it is a 20-pound piece of equipment that I should probably wait until just have it sent directly to the new place, and then I don't have to move it. That probably makes more sense. All right, I don't see Rax. Let's go ahead and go into the thing. Win is fake. No one's ever beaten it. I don't like our odds. Don't care for our odds here. Okay. There's one of the piece 10s. We got it. That was not so hard. Why is the clear rate so low? Oh, hang on. There's like 100 red... Yeah? There's like, there's like 10 red coins that we have to deal with. That is the correct solution, by the way. What I just did. Ignore the sound effect. Does not seem so hard to me, but maybe there's like death traps or...
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Okay. It would seem so, yes. Yeah, I can't confirm that now. There are death traps. Rex, you have like a couple seconds to say something if you want this level to get more time and set a timer and all that. I think I could beat it. I think I could beat it if I had 15 minutes, but maybe we'll never find out. I think I could beat it. So long as we don't fall into traps and learn the perils, then we could do it. But not right now. I am hitting dismiss. Lost. Galacta Nightmare, who just said it seems so, is here. Perfect. Let's go ahead and type in this code. I'll do another card while I do. I'm looking forward to getting other furniture for the new place. That's right. That's another thing I'm really looking forward to with the new... No way a person who's here. Yeah. That's right. You are a person who's here. Try the newest. Perfect. Yes. I'm really looking forward to getting some furniture for the new place. I'll say. I wasn't really anticipating this because I was originally looking at places that were about the same size as my current place, which... You know, honestly, with the amount of furniture I had, it's kind of hard to find a place that has room for all of it, let alone new stuff, but this new place has a dining room area, so I gotta set that all up. I gotta get like a dining room table of some sort that's probably not so big, so because there's only one of me. I gotta get some chairs for that, and I was thinking also maybe like a little bit of a thing for the closets. Like, I think the closet that has like shelves, but no like cubbies, no cubbies for like other type storage. And I was thinking of getting some like cabinets for the closets to do that. Hey, Rocket, how's it going? I'm just talking about furniture that I'm gonna be looking to get soon for a new apartment in 2 months, in April. So yeah, I actually the other day, yesterday, I went to IKEA and did the whole lap around and took a lot of pictures of like dining room tables and all that, whether they were small or expandable or large, and tried to think what exactly would be good. This is a nice little blue platform level. I like the reset doors. That's very nice. This is a very fair level. Rocked around the whole of IKEA and thought a lot about what I would like. I think for the dining room table, like a big circular table, will probably be about right. You know, that would fit more people if I wanted it to, but also, for one person, it's not too weird. I don't think I really need a retractable table, but if I did, it would need to be very small, and it's like small estate. And, that's like a whole thing to think about. For chairs, I did see a nice one at the IKEA that was like, sort of an indoor-outdoor chair, had like, laces for seating arrangement. It had like laces for cushions. Laces for cushions, and that's comfortable, apparently. I think that one might be the chair for me. The chairs to get. I don't know. We'll see. A lot of time. As for the closets, I was looking at the, whatchamacallit. What do you call those? Oh, it's like a certain style of... Let me look at this image and look at the sign. The PAX wardrobes. Yeah, I was looking at the PAX wardrobes. Those things seem like the most flexible way to make moderately sized cubbies for a closet. That seems good to me. And also, you can do other things with PAX, with like PAX cabinets. You can set up you can make drawers. You can make things at an angle if you want to put shoes on it. I don't really understand that. You personally don't like IKEA furniture? Oh, I love IKEA furniture. I got a good amount of it. Like the second desk I have for my desk to make the L-shaped desk, that's from IKEA. That's been quite nice. My bed, most of my bedroom furniture is from IKEA. The accent table over there in the background is from IKEA. I'll sort of move over there. That in the background, that's from IKEA. That there. And I got a few other things as well. They're a good store. I like them a lot. Thank you for the level. I'm going to end the timer, hit complete. Hit 1. Next up is Turkatron. I love IKEA. Really looking forward to that. I feel like for a while now, I'll be thinking about what exact furniture I want, what exact chairs I want, closet situation. Those 3 things that I need to fill. Those things will be on my mind for a while until I land on the right things. I have been told, like, I should probably look at the Ashley Furniture Mart, or not the Ashley. Not Ashley. Nebraska. Nebraska would be a good place to look. I looked at Nebraska a lot when I was looking for couches. Didn't end up doing them. Ended up getting it something from Living Spaces. This is from Living Spaces. But this couch here. It's really nice. I love this couch. Pick? Perfect. I will do that. I will do just that. There's some good gems, but over 90% you feel are comfortable or lack quality. Your table peel and have to go. Sofa is awful. I understand that. I'll say I've only gotten rid of 1 piece of furniture from IKEA, and it wasn't because it was old. It was because I wanted a reclining sofa rather than a regular sofa, and ultimately, I'll be honest, paid about the same price. This was like $600 at Living Spaces. Maybe a little more, but my previous IKEA sofa was about $600 as well, so go figure. And I think this one's a lot better than the one I got from IKEA. Like, and about the same price, like, goddamn. But also, I'll say, I do think IKEA couches hit above average as far as other couches I sat on at, like, other furniture stores, fancy or otherwise. Like, half of them that I've tried when I was looking for couches, I would sit on and go like, oh, this feels awful. What the hell? Nebraska, what are you doing? What? Okay, it looks really nice, but if it's not comfortable, it's not worth $2,000. Also, it wouldn't be even worth $500 if it's not comfortable. Durgatron, I was thinking the Super World. Sound good, Super World? Yeah, let's continue that there super world. Let's go up again. If you dare. You and Muncher Friend. Yeah, we play. Oh yeah, that was this one. We played this one for a second. It seems what? Oh! I see how that works. He follows you. I thought he was going back and forth for a second, and I had to jump. What? I am confused by his behavior. Keep on going to the... Somehow we got him to work the first time, and now he is ironically misbehaving. He follows you if you keep on jumping. Oh. Oh. I could go for some cheese right now that makes this doable. Oh wow, there's numbers in the numbers must be like the amount of screens that are left in the level. Wow, this is like Yoshi's Story, where it tells you how many melons you get for going like different distances. Same principle. It's not too hard. Let go of float when he's below you. Okay. Okay. Anyway, some stuff for the new apartment that I'm really looking forward to acquiring. It's really gonna be a lovely time. I'll also say I'm thinking about maybe getting an Apple Watch in the future. I've been kind of low-key thinking about this since maybe like October around there. I went to Orlando, and I realized while I was there at the theme parks that there were a lot of people with Apple Watches, and my cousin had one as well, and she liked it, and all that got me thinking like, huh, the Apple Watch seems to have arrived. It's good now. Huh. That's all very interesting to me to realize and to go, maybe it's time to get on board. Now, I've been thinking about this the last day or so. Pulled up a lot of YouTube videos of like, oh, tell me about the two watches. And I actually learned now what the fuck is the deal with them. I learned that like, oh, okay, the Series 9 is the one for everybody, that everyone should look at. But if you want something that's like super duper tough and super duper water resistant, there's also the Ultra, which is like double the price. Well, it's like $800. The 9 is $400. That's a new one. It's $400, but $500 with the Wi-Fi or with the cellular. So you want the $500, actually. So I was looking at that, and the one thing I was thinking is like, okay, so they're all waterproof, but one says the Ultra is like good for extreme water sports. But my question was, okay, water slides. Like if I go to Universal's Volcano Bay, you know, the water park, if I go there, can I bring my Apple Watch? And I think that'd be a prime time to bring it, actually. Like, oh yeah, like, when I don't have my phone on me, absolutely, I would want to have a watch while I'm going down water slides. Would the Series 9 be safe? And I think I looked around, and Apple's official answer is no, buy the expensive one if you want that. And everyone else seems to be like, well, you can either take their word and not risk it, but also I found people saying like, yeah, I've been taking these things on slides forever, and it's been fine. The series 6 even would be good on a water slide, is what some people have been saying. So maybe I don't have to worry so much. Maybe I should just get 6. Then again, the Ultra is nicer. It does look nicer. It is bigger. And I'll say, like, looking between the two of them, I kind of like the look of the Ultra more. I like the flat screen rather than the weird curvy, non-ending screen. I feel like I'd want a watch to have a rim that was really defined, like a old watch of old. You gotta time the jump better. Okay. Like this. It's hard. The other thing that comes to mind is that another way that I think the Ultra is like tougher is that it handles temperatures better. So let's say I want to go to Japan this year, right? I want to go to Japan and stop flying as soon as he gets close. Ooh. Okay, that's good advice. So, like, get lower. I want to go to Japan later this year. Like, say, fall or something. And it would be nice if I could take the phone into the onsen. Into the hot springs. And, have that on me to see what time it is. Fiddle around with it if needed. Do other such things. I think that would be lovely. Though I am thinking about it. Well, it can connect to Can the Apple phone connect to Wi-Fi as well as cellular? So, like, I'll have a Wi-Fi egg in my backpack. And, that's how I did it last time. It'll connect to that just as well as it would connect to the phone or cellular. Because I won't have cellular when I'm, like, traveling in Japan. Just a little Wi-Fi egg. Wi-Fi device. I'm pretty sure the watch devices connect to your phone, which connects to the internet. You have to have it nearby. Yes, but I want to get one with the cellular so I don't have to do that all the time. In the cases where, like, I'm going to a water park, the phone doesn't need to come at all. Or I'm going to a beach, let's say. I've never brought my phone to a beach. And also, I haven't been to a beach in, like, 4 years. Since before pandemic, so, that's not really a use case that has come up that much, to be fair. Didn't know that was an option. It's like $100 more. I hope that how it works is it just latches onto your phone's data plan, and it's not really a big deal. If it is the case where, like, oh, you have to pay $20 a month for your watch's internet, then that would suck ass. That would be terrible. That would not be good. But I bet it doesn't work like that, because if it did, it'd be terrible. I'll say, I see a lot of Apple Watches. I think I'm seeing more Apple Watches than ever before. I'm not quite clear when I'll actually, like, pull the trigger and get one. I wanna go into a Target or something and look at the two that are the main two, and then maybe decide from there. And it might be next stream, or not next stream. Next stream is tomorrow morning. It might be that Tuesday I'll come back and be like, hey, check out my watch. Isn't this nice? Maybe next Tuesday I'll say that. Or maybe I'll do the smart thing and, like, wait until my birthday or something. You know what I mean? Like, wait until May. Give it a few months. I want to have it before I go to Japan. So, whenever the Japan trip is, that's, like, the deadline. I did see one video online that was like, hey, look, the next watch, it would be the Series 10. And they're probably going to blow it out of the water. Rumor has it they're going to change the band, maybe, something. Some leakers have said that they will. Some leakers have said that they won't. And nothing is known for sure. And I saw that and I thought, oh, should I just wait until the Watch 10 comes out, the X Watch? And then I thought about that for 2 seconds more and went, that's 9 months from now. What the fuck am I talking about? That's like 8 months from now? I can't not buy a thing because a new thing will be out in 8 months. That would mean that there's like a 2 months window where I was able to buy things. That said, maybe I should wait until September and buy it then. And buy the new one, you know, the next one. I guess the question is then, okay, well, when's the Japan trip? Is it in September or is it in October? Honestly, I was sort of thinking maybe doing it, there's like a holiday in September, right? One of the holidays, it's like Labor Day or one of the other days. I think there's one of those in September, so I was thinking maybe doing that trip around that time so that, one of the PTO days is free, you know, already included, and then that would make the rest of the days easier to do. We're doing really well this time. I believe it's better in the day. Better in this day as in what? Better getting it now than getting it later? They don't do like you know, with a phone, you can sometime about getting into that rhythm. Yeah, you gotta get into the rhythm with devices like these, where like, okay, I buy a new one every 5 years, or I buy a new one every 2 years, or I buy another every 3 years, and you gotta get your calendars, you gotta get your schedule synced up with the release calendar. 4. 3. No! Going on a Rhine run, be right back. Good luck to you. That was as far as we've gotten. We are getting better at this, though, I will say. Ignore that. Yeah, I might pick one up. Maybe the Ultra is, like, new enough where they're not going to make, like, a new line of that until some time from now. And maybe I should just get that one. Again, I would really like to have it so I could just bring it into a sauna, or into a hot spring, or into whatever the fuck, without worrying too much about it. And that would be good. And apparently this thing is tough. This thing is, it's like durable. It almost, you know, I watch the YouTube videos and they're all talking about like, okay, well, this is really great for scuba divers, in particular. And I'm thinking like, yeah, but what about me, who wants to sit in a hot spring and look at my phone occasionally while I bask in hot water? What about me and my dumb ass? I'm gonna be on a water slide with this thing. That cool? No one's talking about how water slide ready any of these other ones are. I guess the thing is, either way, you probably should get Apple Care because it's so expensive. You don't want it to get damaged. I'll say also, I'm not sure like what color to get. Probably like black. I think when I used to wear watches, as many people did, back before watches were passé. Back before everyone was like, yeah, fuck a watch, I don't need to know what time it is. And if I do need to know what time it is, you know, either the phone, or you know, even before you had a phone, either I'll look at my dumbass phone, even a flip phone, you'd look at that, or I'll look at my, my media player, my iPod. That was the first wave of replacing the watch, and then the second wave was, actual smartphones that are all-in-one devices. This is going well. Shit! We got to 1 that time! I used to wear watches before that, and I liked big ones with a lot of functions on them. You know, like, I would set timers on my watch. I would, do the other thing. I guess I say a lot of functions. To be clear, these were like digital, analog. These were like digital watches. They had like 5 functions. Oh, they could do an alarm. They could do like a timer. They could do like another deal. Oh my god. Bow! I liked life before social media and smartphones. I mean, timer's up, 5 tries, starting now. I don't dislike life. I've never really disliked life, personally, but, you know, to each his own. I like life now. I like life now just as much as I liked, life back when. I feel like we can do it. We're so goddamn close. You should say prefer. Gotcha, okay. Okay. I think life is pretty good. That's just me. I even like how busy it gets, you know? Like, right now, there's just so much stuff I'm getting. Like, I'm getting a new laptop in 2 weeks. I'm getting a new apartment in 2 months. And I'm sitting here going like... And I'm working a new job that I've just started. And I'm sitting here thinking like, now would be a great time to buy a $800 watch. Now would be a great time to do that. Yeah? Why not? I'm in the mood. I want new things. I wanna check them out. I wanna get them going. Dang it! That's the last try. It is 7:45 roundabout, so I think it is time now for the lightning round. Does that sound good? Does that sound good? It's actually 7:44, but I don't think by the time we get this next level up, it would still be in the thing. Ratchet Toad, you are up. Ratchet Toad, you are up. And hey, it's now 7:45, which means... Folks, it's time for the lightning round. During the lightning round, you will have I will have 5 tries to beat each level that comes my way. 5 tries, refreshing at checkpoints. 7 for subs, and also for the first level of the night who's here to do it, you know. They have to be here for them to get the bonus heads. Said bonus heads come in a variety of forms. You can see here there's some Bowser heads, there's Luigi heads, there's a whole fucking bunch. Whole fucking bunch. There's even some non-Mario heads that are rarer than the other ones. So let's go ahead and put blinders up. Let's see if we get. And also, if you're not here, it'll still be sudden death as before. That doesn't change in the lightning round. It's just that now every level is based around a limited number of lives. Well, we got Yellow Toad. So if you are here, Ratchet Toad, you will have yellow Toad heads, which is, I think, very appropriate. Let me go ahead and punch that in. I think before social media and smartphones, we had more face-to-face FaceTime with people and needed charisma more so to get by. I think you still need charisma for, like, digital stuff. Like, there is definitely a art to crafting good posts, to saying funny things in chat, to being likable when you're sharing dumbass memes. Yes, the Toads are always happy. One of them has a drill. Actually, the one on the right is clearly not happy. He's distressed. He's a very distressed Toad. Sadly. Ratchet Toad, you are up. I'm gonna show that picture from before. Y'all remember this from earlier? 4 cheese means more melt, please. 4 cheese means more melt, please. Isn't that just... I'm always saying this. I am always saying this. 4 cheese means more melt, please. I do not see... Let's give him 5 seconds. Who doesn't like puppies? Yeah, I like puppies. I like dogs. I like, I never grew up with cats, but, my dad and sister now have cats. You know, there's multiple cats in our family, so I see cats pretty often, and they're pretty chill. At least, my dad's cat, Will is. He's so friendly. He's like the best. I love that little guy a lot. The other cats that I know, they're less friendly and more just, you know, what's the word? They're less interested in making friends. You know what I mean? They're shy or haughty, that sort of thing. 4 cheese means more melt, please. Ratchet Toad, please. Please, say a thing. I don't see you, Ratchet Toad, so let's... Oh, there you are! Perfect timing! I was about to switch over. Of course, even once we're in sudden death, you can always say something and you'll get upgraded to, whatever the thing is. This looks like a nice level. Imagine if something fucked up came out of that Bullet Bill monstrosity. Like, imagine if a Bowser came out of it at us. That'd be fucked up. I haven't made Mario in a while. I still got 3 more levels to make in my Super World. But I haven't really had the creative impulse in some time. I think it's quite possible, though. I think I might be in the mood sometime soon, considering that, like, you know, I'm back at work. I feel like work sort of brings out the creative mood, you know what I mean? Where I'm just gonna feel like, yeah, I just want to make something. I just want to do something. Things are slow. I just want to think about what my next level is gonna be. I always felt like when I go on vacation, my Mario making sort of slows to a crawl. Like, that often happens. So, I wouldn't be surprised now if having an occupation again, having a day job, is gonna get me back in the mood for some making within the next, you know, within the next, like, month or 2. I don't know. I guess the question still is, do I have time yet? If I had to estimate, realistically, maybe I'll wait until I'm done moving. Like, the last time I took a huge break from Mario was, like, from like, making Mario and working on my Super World. Was kind of the month that I spent moving to this place back in, like, 2021. Was it 2021? Yeah, I started streaming in 2022, so that was a year. That was the year after that. Yeah. So I moved here in 2021, started streaming 2022. So, yeah, big gap between me getting this place and knowing, like, oh, streaming is a big, part of this, what I want to use this place for. Cool progression, I like it. I like how it's sort of, routing me around. It's very fun. And it's been so nice that we haven't lost any of our lovely toads. We have all of them still. All of our beautiful yellow toads. Okay. This is a chase sequence. Okay, this is fun. Wait. Oh. Okay. I thought I was boned there for a second, kind of confused. This is an interesting Interesting little challenge there to get back after you go the one way, because you have to use the cam ball. It's a whole thing. You saw. Hello, Simon's Memes. How you doing? Got levels. Now's a great time. It's always a great time, so long as the queue is open. Though I'll say I do like to accommodate people whose first time is this time. Even after the queue is closed, I will open for a brand new viewer. I feel like that's just a good idea, considering that, you know, there's only so many new viewers that come on in per stream, and I feel like it's always good to give them a chance to get one in. So long as I'm not, like, just ending. If I'm, like, in my ending spiel, that's too late. Is this a bad pipe? Oh, I guess it was a bad pipe. Wait, what's this? Nothing. Anyway. I guess I missed the red coin. Cool music. Do all the musics change when you have the suits? You have the Link or the other one, including the N64? I've never tried that. I'm curious now. Do all of those change? Let me do a quick testaroo. Let's do something. Real fast, real fast. I am just very curious about that. Make this, sky? Just make 3 of these. I know that the, like, the athletic... I know that some themes changed, but what about the N64 and GameCube and all that? Are they still Sunshine music, or is it just like, let me see. Is it still Sunshine and such? Or is it like a Wii music that's like related to that? Let's find out. Here's Mario Kart. No, that is different. Let's just confirm it, and then we'll be disappointed. It'd be cool if it was like Skyward Sword music or something. Or Wind Waker music for GameCube. That'd be really rad. Let's just confirm that's not the case. Let's see. Nah, no, it's the same. Yep, I should have known. If it was different, I would have heard about it. Thank you for the level, Ratchet Toad. We finished it, right? Yeah. Thank you. Picatius, you are up. Picatius. Get those bonus heads down. And hit next. Picatius, please confirm. You know what to do. Or at the very least, I've explained it a good deal, right? I think I always do a good deal of explaining that you need to be here if you want your level to have the full amount of tries. And if you're not here, it'll be sudden death. That's the whole situation, as it always is. Everyone understands. Here's a card. How willing are y'all to make holes in apartment walls? I'll say this is always a thing that's scary the first time that you do it. But for me, a lot of that concern and like worry disappeared the first time I moved out of an apartment. You know why? Because I realized like how long it takes to fix them. Literally during the first move out, I realized that with holes, all you need to do is you put some stuff in the holes that like it's like that's not an epoxy. That's not the word. It's like a wall fill type thing. It's solid. It's sort of a gooey thing. You paste it in there. It locks into place. It hardens, and then you paint over it, and it's fixed. And it takes about 30 seconds to do. So I don't give a fuck. I don't think about it at all now. Literally, I've said in the last I've had plans to move out of this apartment for the last couple months. The plan has been to move out. And yeah, it's the other day I got like a hook to hang my work backpack on up there. Which you can see if I were to zoom up. You can see there that oh well, no, the cabinet is blocking the view of it. There's a backpack on the wall now. I hung up a hook to put it on so that I could have it in a convenient spot. And I didn't give a fuck. I absolutely just screwed in a couple holes to get it up there, and would do it again because yeah, why not? It's easy to fix, doesn't take any work at all, and it's worth having the convenience of, your stuff being fixed to walls, hanging things up to walls where convenient. That convenience trumps any sort of concern over how hard it is to get it back, because it's not hard. It's not hard at all, even a little bit. Picatius, I don't see you, so let's go ahead and put you into sudden death. I reckon this might be easy, though. Ice Castle. Oh, this is a story. This might have comments on it, so let's do that. Well, actually, no, you can't get up there, so there can't be comments up there. Oh, hey! This isn't a story level. This is gameplay. Kind of reminds me of Kirby, fuck, what's that called? Kirby Amazing Mirror, the Ice Palace area. Okay, we have one try left, refreshing at checkpoints. Little concerned, but let's see what we can do. We just have to be perfect. And also, I'll say, by the way, Picatius, if you want to say a word, that will upgrade you to the regular lightning round, and you'll have the regular lightning amount of tries. So, we've lost one already. You would be starting from 4 right now if you said anything. That's all you need to do. That's a cool little mechanism there. I love it. Moving the can up and down. That's super cool. And I hope that we can see some other mechanisms like that before we die. We're not gonna die, we're gonna live. Jesus. Let's focus. Oh. Lapse of judgment there. I feel like. What? Oh, wow. So we're starting from the same area, but now we have a new zone to go out into. Wow, that's cool. This is a cool puzzle level that you got. That was great. I love that room. That room was quality. There is a very impressive room, Picatius. And with this, I can kill the muncher. Then we can proceed. Looks like an exit pipe. Those 2 blocks are things. Hope this isn't a puzzle. Or at any rate, not a puzzle that we can fail. Okay. So I got a Shelmet. Ah! Gotta use this to escort this guy back. Bounce that guy up and... Will that be a problem? I just lost my Shelmet. Oh, thank God that unsoft locks me. I thought for a second I might be boned. All right, moving this guy around. Beautiful. Also got a key. Very good. I'll take it. Okay. What? Oh. Yeah, so since I lost the Shelmet, I can't break these blocks, and that means I cannot proceed. Nice level. Really like the progression of it. Got hosed on missing out on a simple thing. Picatius, if you want to say anything, I absolutely would do 3 more attempts. As you know, that's how the lightning round works. But you have to say something for that to take place. Let's go ahead and say. I'll say, by the way, Jessica Schultz is next. Go ahead and confirm. Let's go ahead and, I'm gonna take a drink of my water, and then we'll be seeing ya. We'll dismiss the level. How about that? All right. That was water. Let's dismiss. Thank you for the level. Hopefully, can beat it another time. I thought that was doable. Just short of finishing it, I think. Jessica Schultz. I believe over on the YouTube side, on account of that name has a space in it. That's not how Twitch names work. It's not really how Twitch names work, so there you go. Jessica, please confirm, and you'll get full time a day as far as the lightning round goes. Let me do a card while I am talking. Do y'all like windows, or would y'all rather keep them dark? Personally, I'm very much a fan of blackout curtains. I always like to have all my apartment windows covered up, whether they're in the living room or in the bedroom. And I'll say with the new apartment, that's going to be a bit difficult on account of there's a lot more windows in this unit. It's sort of a corner unit, so pretty much every room has a good amount of windows in it. So I'll figure that out. I'll cover them up and make it all nice and dark, except with the lights. Sunshine is healthy. I'll say, I do like going outside and going for a walk, but that's going outside and going for a walk. I'll also say, it's funny, at the office, I'm kind of the opposite. I like to open the windows, and I like to look out at the beautiful, like, you know, corporate campus, and the highway in the distance, and all the other things that are more interesting than the office. You know what I mean? I don't know what that is. It's, maybe it is exactly what I said it is. It's something other than work to look at. You know, it's nice. Whereas, outside my apartment has always been things I don't really want to look at that much. And also, I like the darkness for sleeping. But, of course, that doesn't explain the living room, right? I like pitch darkness for sleeping, and I like to have as little light interference with the TV situation as possible. But with other stuff, I do like to when I'm not at home, I like to look out and see the sun and see the sky. I think that's all very nice to look at. It is good for you, I guess. I just don't like to see it when I'm in the bedroom. I don't like to see it when I'm sleeping. And I also don't like to see it when I'm watching TV or something. And I guess like in my current place, the two, I have a living room and I have a bedroom, right? And I have like bathroom and closet. None of those things have windows, right? It just so happens that the two rooms that have windows are the ones where I most want them to be blacked out. Maybe that's just the case. Maybe it's just a matter of circumstance. Maybe if I had a dining room, I wouldn't mind having windows in it. Hypothetically. You have LEDs, so direct light doesn't affect your team compared to OLED. Is that really a thing? I thought OLEDs, they have darker darks, blacker blacks. But do they also not go as bright as an LED? I thought they were actually also brighter as well. Maybe technology, maybe different technologies are good in different ways. I don't see Jessica. Let's go ahead and do it. Oh, this doesn't look good. I'm looking at this now. This does not look good. I am concerned, Jessica. Nothing about brightness. It's more about reflecting external light. Interesting. I'm not familiar with that thing, but hey. I'll say that I like to keep it dark for the purpose of enjoying my lovely TV and such. I am planning on putting blackout curtains in the dining room as well, because it's still kind of connected to the other room, to the other rooms in the new apartment. But I guess I could skip that and just focus on the bedroom, living room, whatever. The thumbnail made it look a lot scarier than it actually seems to be. This is a very easy level. Perfect. Okay. I thought it was going to be one of those levels where you go back and forth and up and down for like 10 minutes. You know what I mean? The getting over it style levels that are just there to intentionally be funny and waste your time. Not to say there's anything wrong. I'm not trying to say I presumed that of you. It's just that the thumbnail made me think, oh, one of those. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Not that there's anything wrong with someone thinking you're one of those. Someone having that impression of you. There's nothing wrong with that either. Anyway, let's play the next one. Thank you for the level. I'm gonna hit complete. And yeah. 1. Next up is Simos, who is just talking about OLED TVs, so is present, is good for it. Fantastic. I'm gonna pull up the lights. This level is from the mind of an 8-year-old, and at the time is their first level. Wow, cool. Right, you said that your son, or did you say son or nephew or something of the sorts, was here and providing the levels? Very nice. Here's another card while I'm entering it. Been playing Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. I got around the crash I was having. Hey, PPKO. Let me see if you're still in. You're next, PPKO, so you have good timing. Your son, he's 12? Oh, that's great. So it's been 4 years since he made this level. Gotcha. Anyway, Prince of Persia, lovely Metroidvania. I've been having a great time with it. It has like some stylish character action type action in it that pops and is really neat. The platforming is pretty neat. I would almost hesitate to call it platforming because it's not like Mario. It's more like traversal, but it feels really good. More like Mega Man, I guess. I would liken it to Mega Man more than Mario or Donkey Kong or Sonic. It's more actiony in its traversal, but it is pretty cool, and I like how much it does with traps and hard bosses. I had a glitch where every time I entered a certain boss fight, it crashed, but I was able to Google around, and I found someone saying, like, oh, there's a workaround. All you need to do is copy your file to another slot, and then it'll not crash when you load up that new file. And I was able to do that. I was able to continue. I was able to get, like, the last major ability in the game, I'm pretty sure. At least the last one that uses of a button. And I think it's a very cool ability. Sort of a whole thing that I probably shouldn't spoil, because that game is great. It's a Metroidvania. Anyway, I think I'm nearly done with that. I'm on a really hard boss, which might be the second to last boss or the third to last boss. There's some systems in that I still don't get. Like, I haven't gotten a rock for the upgrade person. Like a super... There's like a mythical stone or something, and I have no idea what that is. And also there's a room where you cannot proceed, and I'm wondering if I'll get to that. If they'll explain what the deal is with that before the game ends. I don't know, maybe. I could be on the final boss, as far as I know. We'll see. I'll probably finish it pretty soon. Let's do this! I would recommend... That guy just died.
Oh no!
I would recommend Prince of Persia. Oh
no!
The Lost Crown. I would. It's a hell of a good Metroidvania.
Oh no!
Hell of a good Metroidvania. Probably a 5 out of 5. I would hesitate to say it's like among the top of the genre Metroidvanias, like
Oh no!
you name it. Yeah, it's great. It's great, Trebuckets. I wouldn't say it's like top tier, but I would say it's for sure the best game of the year so far. We got one try left. Keep in mind, you can always resubmit a level, even if I cannot complete it in one go. I'd recommend it. It's good. It's good. Eh. It feels like a Metroidvania that is doing something different. Feels like a new breed. What? Where was I supposed to go? Little Timmy. Yes, that's right. It is a Little Timmy type thing, though I don't think I hope your son's not named Timmy. That would, Pipe? Damn it. That makes sense. I feel like with little kids, you should avoid saying their names online. You know what I mean? You should always avoid that. It's hard for me to see Timmy as a little kid name for reasons. Well, you don't see that many Tims around anymore, you know? It's kind of an old man name to me. Like a name that went out of style like 40 years ago. Maybe 50 years ago, honestly. You don't see that many Tims. Very, very few of them. I will say no more. I will say no more. Anyway, couldn't do it. Feel free to resubmit. There's not that many levels in queue right now, so hey, you'll be up again soon, and we can have another crack at it, or another level. Another level. I feel like Graham, Bruce, and Josh are names that have gone out of fashion. Graham for sure. When I think Graham, I think of the guy from, Area of Sorrow. The guy who wanted to be Dracula. Spoilers, he didn't become Dracula. Bruce is that's just Batman to me. That's just Batman. Everyone sees that name and thinks, oh, Batman. You mean Batman. I'm not naming my kid Batman. Josh, I think, though, I think Josh is still has the vibes of a young person name. I wouldn't mind a kid named Josh. That's a perfectly good name for a kid. I think, though, you probably want a name that has 2 syllables in it. That'd be my only note on Josh, is that you want at least 2 syllables. Bruce Wayne was created when? In the past. Obviously, Bruce Wayne didn't always exist. That is true. Obviously. Bruce Banner also. You could also think Bruce Banner, the Hulk. Or there's not like Clark Kent is Superman, so another name you don't see often, Clark. Ew, that one's like completely out of fashion. I think Bruce is still is more in fashion than Clark. That's what I think. Josh or Joshua's is a pretty fine name, I think. That's fine. It's maybe not as popular as it once was, but I think it is still perfectly good. Whereas those other ones, yeah, I don't see them as names. And Graham especially, that one I don't even know was a name. I'm not even sure that one was a name. BPKO, you are up, right? Yes? Okay. BPKO, please confirm. You were saying something just a minute ago, so I think you're good. You haven't met a Josh in the 90s? They would be like 40 plus now? Jesus. Yeah, I think of Josh sounds like a very young person name, but I'm now thinking about like a 60-year-old named Josh, and it just doesn't compute. Isn't there like a Josh Brolin? I'm probably thinking of a different actor. Your dad's best friend was named Graham. I'm trying to think of what I think my dad's best friend has a normal name. Nothing funny about it. Hey, how about a card? PPKO is here, by the way. Been playing Marvel Snap. As before, as always, playing Marvel Snap. I will say, with the advent of the most recent card that they release, which is Beta Ray Bill. I'm having more fun than I've had in a while with that game because Beta Ray Bill is a ridiculous card. For those who don't know, Marvel Snap is a card game. You play cards, you have 6 turns to play them, and there's 6 turns in a game. There's a whole betting mechanic. It's a whole lot. Anyway, let me describe what Beta Ray Bill does. He's like a 4-cost card, and what he does is similar to Thor, where he shuffles a card into your deck. And when that card is played, it's a 0 mana card. It's a free card. It's a free to play. The game and the card is. It's no cost, no energy. When you play it, it doubles the power of that guy, which turns out to be a really strong effect and a really fun effect to play around with. Because if you come up with ways to do that twice, like, oh my god, you're quadrupling the power. If you could play it like 6 times, you're multiplying it by even more than that. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. It's great. Having a lot of fun playing this here deck in particular, which is just a very greedy, very greedy deck based around playing Beta Ray Bill, Thor, and ways to double it. The effect, Jane Foster puts all my 0-cost cards into my hand, so then I could do either like a Wong Hammer, or I could do like a Hammer Odin. Either way, both my hammers will trigger twice, and that is just incredibly gross, incredibly obscene, and it's just so fun. I will say I don't think this deck is like super good. Super World, hell yeah. Did we do the last one? Did we finish this one? Yes, we did. Perfect. I will say I don't think that deck is like super strong, super good, super reliable. And it's, of course, very weak to a lot of counter cards. But god damn, it was just fun to go all in on doubling Beta Ray's power. And I'll say I've had some absurd games where Beta Ray or Thor has gotten up to ridiculous power. Thor, typically in regular ass decks, has been pretty good. Thor has a similar effect, by the way, but he's cheaper, and he only gains like, instead of doubling his power, he just gains 6 power instead. I'll say, like, having a deck that is just so greedily based around playing these two effects and doubling up the effect. The new Cancel Squad game? I've heard that's bad. I heard people don't like it. Well, I'll talk about that in a second. I'll say that playing Thor in a deck like this that is so greedily focused on doubling the effect, Thor is a lot better than I think everyone gave him credit for, which is saying something because he was already pretty good in like a Lockjaw deck and maybe a couple other decks. Really loving what Beta Ray Bill has done, and I think he's one of the best cards they've released in a while, while also being perfectly fine and perfectly balanced, I think. This level creator is good. Yeah, I think this is great. PPKO, you do good work. This is your 1-1 too. Very interesting 1-1. Yeah, there was that Suicide Squad game that's coming out. People seem to be quite cold on it. I think the most scathing, like, backhanded thing I've heard about it is someone saying, like, oh, I think I liked Anthem better. That is not something you want anyone to say about your game, that they liked Anthem better. Like, Jesus Christ. It must be real fucking bad then. Or maybe bad's not the right word. Maybe it's more... Maybe it's not so much bad as much as it is boring. You know? Like, it's probably just very, very boring, very, very plain, and, not terribly interesting, which... Ooh, that's not a good thing when your game is described in such a way. And it's right. Thank you for the level, PPKO. Very good. We didn't even lose a single one. Hell yeah. Let me hit complete. Squink, you are up. Go ahead and confirm. You know the drill. And I'll say, everyone, feel free to keep on getting your levels in. Hell yeah. Let me do another card, how about? I'll do the message where it tells people that your level's up, so let's do that. And then, as I'm entering this code, do another card. What are the best written Zeldas? I was watching a video about, I think it was, geez, what was it? I think it was about Twilight Princess. And the person was saying, at one point said, at first, it seems like one of the best written Zeldas. And I just felt like, okay, well, first off, it does get bad at the end, yes. But also, I do not think for a moment, even if it was as good as it was at the start, which I would describe as fairly mid, it still wouldn't be one of the best Zeldas. It'd be maybe like a C tier. And it's not there. It's more of a D tier Zelda. I feel like every Zelda where there's like a mid-game twist where it turns out Ganondorf is in it. And they start with like a different villain, like Gant or whatever. Maybe that's just... Is that just Twilight Princess? I think Skyward Sword is kind of like that, but it's also kind of not like that. So it sort of gets a pass. If you're asking me, I would say Majora's Mask, obviously, is probably the best of the best ever. It's just the only Zelda game that you would just play for the story. Literally play it for the story, because the story is so good, the world is so fleshed out, the time aspect is so amazing. I'll say yes, also, all Zeldas are great, that is true. I think for story, you can't beat Majora's Mask. I do think Ocarina is underrated as far as story goes. I think Ocarina might be also up there as far as story. I think it's just a good story. You're a kid, you try to save the princess, it doesn't quite work out, you end up in the future, as shit is fucked up. And you have to figure out, like, okay, what's going on in the future? All these characters I met in the past, where are they at? What's going on here? And it's all very interesting and all very cool. And when you get, there's a lot of great moments that I feel like we all undervalue because it's been 20 years and everyone's been spoiled on them. Like when you go out into, hey Jessica Schultz, when you go out into the world in Squink is here by the way, so we can go. When you go out in, I think Picateus, your level came up already, so go ahead and resubmit. When you go out into the world and hello. Oh, this is going really fast. What? Oh, it's a music level. It's Pallet Town from Pokemon. When you go out into the world and when you go to the future in Ocarina and you end up in ruined Castle Town, that is just like a very top tier moment of like, holy shit. The clock town was destroyed and now everyone in it is a zombie. Of course, you find out later that they're not really zombies. Everyone just moved to Kakariko. But still, it is such a good moment. I feel like Ocarina is at least A tier. And I think Wind Waker also might be S.
Hello.
You know, you got the... Tetra is an incredible character. I like all the pathos that Ganondorf has at the end. Oh, that was a death, so... this is gonna be hard. Haha! Pulled it out. I like all the pathos Ganondorf has in it. I think it is one of the best written games. The whole mystery with the King of Red Lions and like what his deal is very cool. Tingle has a role to play. The only thing I would maybe say is that in Wind Waker you got the whole business with checkpoint refreshes our lives. The only problem with Wind Waker's story, I would say, is... The only problem is that,
Okay.
Second lap, let's go. The only problem is that whole bit with Tetra. And the way that they, you know, fridge her. That part is not good. And I think they really shouldn't have done that. And making her transform and be weak and powerless at that point is a real bummer. I think there's enough good about Wind Waker where it is probably still the second best well-written game. I'd also probably put... I'd put Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom up there. I think that the twist that Tears of the Kingdom has is especially amazing. You know, where that is all going with Zelda. One of the best twists in a Zelda game that there's been. What else is in Tears of the Kingdom? The rest of the writing is okay in Tears of the Kingdom. I'd probably say that Breath of the Wild had a better overall premise. You know, with the whole... very nice level. I really enjoyed that. I liked how you did 2 laps and each lap was different. That's real neat, Squink. I like how, I like the concept of Breath of the Wild, I think, a lot more. Like, the idea that Link has been asleep for 100 years, he's finding out, like, what has happened in the 100 years that passed. That is about... I guess I'll say that's the coolest thing since Ocarina, as far as like, oh yeah, you're in the future now. What the fuck? Everything's fucked up. What the hell? Everyone you knew is somewhere else. The only difference is we don't get to play that, and that almost kind of makes it better, because it's just right to the part that's good. It gets right to the part that's good. I might say Breath of the Wild is like an S tier, or actually, you know what I'll say? I'll say that Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, both A tiers, and I'll put Ocarina at B. And I think Skyward Sword can be a C. And I'd probably put Twilight Princess as D. Or F if no, I'll put Twilight. I'll put those at the same level. Here's the thing: Twilight Princess has Midna, and Skyward Sword has Groose, and a few other characters who are like fun and weird. And I would probably keep them on C. 2D Zelda Minish Cap is my favorite. Least favorite, I really hated those ones on the DS. Sadly, the touchscreen ones. Those ones would be an F as far as story is concerned too. They were not good games. They were really bad. Link Between Worlds though is good. I'd probably put that in like a solid B tier. I'll say a solid B tier for Link Between Worlds. C for the Game Boy one. Minish Cap would get an A for story, I think. Does it deserve an A? Maybe it's more like a B. Anyway, that's Zelda tier list thoughts. Let's hit complete and get this thing moving. You want to play Minish Cap? It's on Game Boy Advance Online. If you have that, it's very convenient to play it there. Link Between Worlds is an S tier. As far as the game goes, yeah, it's great. I'd probably say for me it's more of an A, a solid A+ maybe, but it is killer. They did a great job with Link Between Worlds. Definitely the best since Minish Cap. As far as 2D games go. Samos is up, Samos is chatting, perfect. Story-wise, it is average. Yeah, I'd agree with that. The only thing that's neat is it's got the Dark World stuff and the whole like characters from the Dark World and they destroyed their Triforce. That's kind of a neat twist on it, but it is also kind of just a rehash of the story of a previous game. So how good can the story be? Honestly, you might even want to say like games like that and Four Swords Adventures that don't really have stories just get an NA. Like, yeah, I'm drawing NA in the air for you, by the way. This is for me because it's all mirrored on your side. Don't worry about it. It's an NA to me. Your son's first level to his latest level. Ooh, let's see the progression. And he's 12 now. My first level wasn't very good either. Well, I shouldn't say that. Your level was a level. My first level was very unpolished as well. How about that? It takes some practice to get the knack of it, you know? This is a very, this is a well put together little boss fight. Perfectly good traditional fare. I'm glad your son discovered traditional. Jesus, that makes it sound a little weird, doesn't it? Just discovered tradition. It's like he found God, except he found traditional levels. Find God. Find traditional levels. Find tradition? Doesn't really work. Again, you don't have to find traditional levels if you don't want to. It's all good. I just think it's funny to note. We both know his first level was a hot mess. Yeah. This is the genuinely good level. Goddamn. I don't know, like, how normal a 12-year-old is. But I take it a 12-year-old is pretty much a well-reasoned adult. It might surprise you, but I don't have contact with that many 12-year-olds. I have my cousin has a kid who's like 10. And I didn't talk to him much last I saw him. You know, at like a family gathering. I won't go into details other than say I did say it was a unhappy event. I did say it was a funeral last I talked about that. But I didn't talk to him when I saw him last. Not really. I don't know how to talk to very small kids.
Oh no!
Did I have a checkpoint yet? Your favorite style is traditional, and he worked on polished mechanics. By the way, he was like 9 when this is uploaded. Oh, I thought... So this is his latest, so he hasn't played in a while then, huh? I guess he's got other things to play. Kids these days, they got other things to play. Passage of time is weird. I still think it's weird to think that, you know... I remember when I was first listening to podcasts, right? One of the first podcasts I got into, around like the early aughts, I was into Penny Arcade and listened to those podcasts a lot that were just like their creative process. And I remember, you know, back then their kid was born. Their kids were born in like the early aughts, and just to think, like those kids must be like 19, must be like 20 years old now, just about. Isn't that bizarre to think? Like, God, I was listening to podcasts where they were describing like, oh yeah, we're having these kids. And now, full-on adults. I mean, obviously I wasn't an adult at the time. I was a teenager at the time. But still, the passage of time is horrifying. Someday, like, the kids that are in my extended family and otherwise will be as old as I am. And we'll just talk to them like normal people, even though right now they're shitting their pants. Oh, we got a checkpoint so that, a new checkpoint so that, refresh that, and then we got a new one. I've mentioned before that, you know, my sister was having a kid, and I will not go into too much detail tonight, because I have thought, like, you know what, discretion is probably best as far as like the details of that, but I might talk about that whole business at some future time, as the case may be, as the kid starts being like a living, breathing kid, you know? This is really good. I like some of these bosses. They're very well done. Creative. Very impressive stuff. I like this one maybe the best of the ones I've seen. Just a very cool thing to have a wave of fire to dodge. This shit makes you think, huh? He calls it the Wave of Doom. That is an appropriate name. Thanks. The level says thanks, you are welcome. That was a damn good level. I'm hitting complete. 1. We just have Jessica Schultz in the queue right now. So, anyone else wants to submit a level, now is a great time. I'll say it's always a great time. But, get him in, get him in, get him in. Jessica, please go ahead and confirm. You are up. And, yeah. Get, the heads ready. While I'm entering the thing, I'm going to do another card. Thinking about... Hey, there you are. Wait at the noise, go above and back to the beginning. Oh, he is pleased that you like the level? Hey, no problem, dude. Little dude. And big dude, the dad. Or whatever the case may be. Dad or mom, unclear. Yeah, I suppose it hasn't been explicitly said. Simos kind of sounds like Simon, which is what I was thinking. Why I went for dad. Also, demographically, it's biases. I should, be careful about them. Assumptions. Thinking about maybe getting Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. People are saying it's really good. People are saying that it's better than Like a Dragon, which I fell off of because I wasn't really digging the combat very much. But people are saying that the combat in this is a lot more polished. And I will say, I really do love, like, you are referred to as the non-birthing person. Okay, we'll go with Dad then. That's fine. I don't want to be I don't want to presume. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Dad is cool. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't want to step on toes, and I also don't want to, make it sound like I'm being right wing about it. Like, nope. I'm being cool about this. I'm doing it I have good faith here. Good faith. That's how I prefer to operate. I am on the left, politically and socially and all that. And as far as like, wanting the best for people and wanting to treat people the way they want to be treated, etc. Okay, let's move on. What was on the card again? Good question. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. The game where it's like a Dragon game. It has the RPG combat, and it's set in Hawaii. That all sounds interesting. I'll say I really love a lot of Like a Dragon games, but I just really fell off the last one that was RPG based because the fights were really long, they were really repetitive, and they all felt so sloppy. But apparently now you get a lot more choice in how to fight your fights. The fights are also a lot shorter. And also it's, the plot is still, I'm sure, very, very fun and cool. And it'd be interesting to see, like, what's going on with that. I'm thinking about it. I'm very much thinking about it. I'm not 100% sure. I think Jessica says, wait at the noise. Wait at the noise. Go above. And back to the beginning. Okay. Let's try walking so we can hear it more clearly. Maybe we have to be at just the right point. So yeah, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Let's just keep going, see what happens. You have to wait longer? Shit. Does it reactivate? Does it, can you do it, like, any time, or is it only the first time that you can wait? Did you know that there's like multiple speeds of running in this? You can do, like, a stick half tilt, and he'll do, like, a slow walk. He'll slow it down even more if you do, like, you'll do, like, smaller things. Huh, I didn't know it was that analog, really. Oh, there it is. There's the whatever we're waiting for. Beautiful. Thanks for the tip. I don't think I would have figured that out without the tip, Jessica. You should consider that most people playing your level won't have someone there to give them that hint unless it was written somewhere. Hello, Vahak. Thank you for the love of Vahak. The truth isn't here. Well, ain't that the truth? Thanks for the follow, Vahak. I appreciate it. What are you looking for? Oh, was I supposed to go back to the beginning? It didn't seem to be a problem. It seemed to work to just do it that way. Tell you what, that was a short level and all. Let me try that just real. I'll try that, okay? And also, there's just one level in queue. Bahak, you are next. I'm just gonna, just out of curiosity, see what this is that Jessica is talking about. So anyway, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, I'm very much considering it. I wish it was on Game Pass like the previous Like a Dragon games. Honestly, I could see going back and trying to finish some of those other Like a Dragon games because there's been a lot recently that I literally haven't found time to finish or get very far in, like The Man Who Erased His Name, which is which is like the beat 'em up style of Like a Dragon game, which I think I like more than the other kind where it's not a beat 'em up. Thank you for the level, Simos. I think I like that kind more, honestly, so I could see doing that one instead, but also that one has some weird issues with like progression. It sometimes makes you do weird things to progress the game, like do a bunch of side quests that are really terrible, like the worst side quest the series has ever had, which is a damn shame considering that I really like that game. How long do you have to wait? Let's do another card real fast. I don't got that many more. I am thinking about trying out Mario and Luigi randomizer. Apparently they put out a Mario and Luigi randomizer that is a randomizer for Mario and Luigi. Sounds kind of cool. Sounds like it scales the enemies maybe a little bit more to the right. Let me try again to line up. It sounds like it scales the enemies to your level, so you don't have to worry so much about you don't have to worry so much about here it is. You don't have to worry so much about the enemies being over leveled for you, which is pretty nice. You don't have to worry about that. You can just explore the world, get items that you need to do stuff, and just go about as you please. The one thing that I think is a little odd is that there's a lot of cases where seems to me there's a lot of cases where a lot of the items are like progression items. Say like, oh, you gotta get like the suitcase to go to the airport or something. You gotta get this to open up this area, stuff like that. Which I think generally in a randomizer, as few like contrivances as possible is better. So I think it's better to not introduce new items to add checks or things that unlock stuff where there aren't any before, but it's probably what they had to do, and it's probably fine. I'd like to try that out at some point, but like I've said earlier, I do have plans for the next few weeks. Okay, we'll try this one more time. We'll pop a life balloon for that. So a little bit to the right of the sound is what you're saying, you think. Like here? I think like 3 over is where the sound went off. If I'm not mistaken. Oh! Weird, it came from a different place this time. And went a different way. You're a little behind, Jessica. Okay, yeah, you retracted. What's over here? I don't see anything over here. Ah, secret. Let's see what the secret is. There are... Wait, what? There R's or there are five. There are five who can control. They say that We are born for the water. Some sort of dystopian situation. The what? The one they won colon semicolon G. The what's that? What is that? Again. Akken isn't ham. They came. Why is there an extra? It's like a lowercase e. They lie. Okay. Theys who know why. I don't get it. Can't say I get it, but thank you for the level. All the same. Let's go to the next one now. Vidok. You're up, you're good. Thank you for being patient. I'll say you had one of the better waits of the night for what it's worth. But go figure. Might play that Mario and Luigi at some point. Should like an intro to Lord of the Rings. Was never much of a Lord of the Rings person, if that's the idea. Don't know the lore that well. Been seeing some YouTube videos of that. Thank you for the follow, Freddy XXXXXD. No, it's a lot of D's. Relatively few X's. Here's another card. How do y'all feel about holding down the run button? Maybe I'm preaching to the choir here, but I quite like it. It feels good to hold down a run button forever, for ages. Hey, Freddy, you can't play my level. I can play your level. Go ahead and submit it, and you will be played. The level will be played when it comes up. By the way, on account of that was the last card, y'all can expect the queue to close. Let's say after this level. I'm going to do last call after this level, and then it'll be a thing. I like holding down run. I know it's not really necessary in these games, and I do think, and I do wonder, like, okay, what exactly is the point in, even if a game doesn't have analog control, right? What is the point of being able to walk in a video game? Just run at full speed, and that should be good enough, I think. I think running at full speed should be good enough. I don't know, though, but I'm used to it, and I kind of like the way that a controller feels when I'm, like, holding down a button like that, I suppose. That was the wrong head, but whatever. That jump is harder than it looks. Oh. Alright. This is the lightning round, folks. We weren't able to do it. On to the next one. Well, actually, hang on. We gotta close queue. We gotta keep it moving. I'm gonna put dismiss. I'm gonna dismiss. I'm gonna do lost. Thank you for the level. I see Freddy is in there. Folks! Simos and Freddy are in the queue right now, but I'll say there is still plenty of time to add in more levels. Hey, Freddy. Right now, it is time for last call for levels. What I am going to do is I'm going to play a few of my own levels based around some theme that I will decide in the next 20 seconds. And then when we're done, the queue will close, and the levels that are in are the levels that we will play until the stream is over. So if you want to get your level in, now is the last chance to do so. So please go ahead and submit any last that you got. If you're already in queue, you are already good. Don't worry about it. But for anyone who's not, now is the time for which you can submit more levels. What's a good theme that I can show off real quick, like flying levels? Let's do flying levels. I don't actually have that many flying levels, so this will be relatively quick. There is some flying in Delfino Plaza, bowling and baddies. Let's start with that one. I say it's relatively quick. Your level will be coming up, Freddy. You are second in queue, but first I am giving people some time and also showing off a few of my own levels. Do not worry, your level will be played after this. The idea behind this level, this is like really early in Mario Maker 2, by the way, was that I wanted to make a level where you escort a shell and also play around with clear conditions for the first time. In my experience, after this, I tended to make even shorter levels than this. Levels that could be done in like a shorter amount of time. Maybe this one's a bad example of flight because it's literally just a 2-second flight, and you can use the cloud to do like a bonus thing if you want. But that's really not that big of a deal. Yeah, let's focus to the ones that just have like a significant portion of their level being flying for this, and that'll rule out a few more that have some amount of flying, but not a ton of flying. We showed this one yesterday. This one has cape flying. I more mean like clouds and clown cars. Clouds and clown cars. Here's the first entirely flying level that I did in Mario Maker 2. Did some flying levels in Mario Maker 1, of course, as well back in the day, but that's a little harder to show off. I'd have to switch games. At some point, when is Mario? So you see here, it's an upside down level, and the basic idea was that when you're upside down, it turns out flight is no different. It's basically normal, except for the enemies, they fall downwards, or they fall upwards, which is, I think, a fun thing. What was I saying? This also has like a sort of Cthulhu type theme to it, where you know, there's like the idea is there's some sort of like grand sleeper or whatever messing with your mind or something. That sort of deal, that sort of vibe. These coin arrows, they are not regulation. I would not make coin arrows like that in the modern day. They now have a shape to them that is preset, and the way that I like them. Whatever, doesn't matter. Coin arrows can be multiple ways. Let's just fall. Probably faster to fall in this level than to go down normal style, but what are you gonna do? That's just the nature of it. A fun squawks shaft type level, and one I am really quite happy with. Got a lot of cool ideas. What else involves flying? And like heavily, like as a major component. I guess not really anything. Until I did my super world, because you see here, we're into the super world, and there wasn't another flying level. As for flying levels in the super world, it just comes down to 2. And a boss fight, Which You know what? I'll show off that boss of the boss fight, but do the other two, yeah. Again, last call for levels. Get them in, get them in. Now is the time. So this was the boss of World 4, and you can see here, one of the boss levels involves some flying. In this one, you get a clown car. You're able to fly around for a bit. Emotes, emotes, emotes. Hell yeah. I'm gonna take that as a affirmation, as a good thing. What is that? You have to beat all the bosses. Oh, it's Pikachu eating some ramen? Ah, that's fun. I wanted to make sure that each of these bosses was beatable in 20 seconds. That was the goal here, to make bosses that were short enough and challenging enough where the time it takes to beat them wouldn't necessarily, like, drag on. This one you can see you have to deal with moles that are slowly encroaching, while also dealing with the spinies, and if you lose your helmets, it's gonna be difficult. Final boss fight is this guy here. The Monty Mole guy? The Rocky Wrench, whatever his name is. Here you gotta hit some switches by throwing some doodads, and then you can fly up and kick his ass. Beautiful. What is throw 3 Pikmin at me? Ah, you can throw 3 Pikmin at me. That should be working. Try it! It's fun. Everyone likes that. That's a very popular channel point redemption here on the channel. We see them pretty often. If you have enough points for it, give it a whirl. There's also throw 20 Pikmin at me. After this, there's not that many flying levels, though. There's just Coastal Cup. What's it's the next? Coastal Cup 4, Igneous 500. Involves some flying. This one is, again, vertical flying, but more of a temporary nature. Just little flights between climbing, and also between outdoor sections, which, you know, are outdoors. Here's the flying. You get into a cloud car, fly up. You're sort of encouraged to get off it here, but you can just, you know, bring it through. That's fine too. Really up to y'all, up to the player, which I do think is good. Hey Pedro, you have perfect timing. Getting in a level. We are in last calls, which means that you got in right before the queue closed. I have to give that up. I think 2 more flights. Hello, Pedro. Yeah. First, you got one here where you gotta dodge some stuff until the way opens up. Very nice. Fly between these guys, and then we gotta drop, so we gotta get rid of that. We gotta leave it behind. Really love how close some of these platforms get to the piranha plants. You know, it really makes it feel deadly. Really love that routing. Quality level right here. I love it. One I'm very, very proud of. This one. I would recommend checking out all my levels on my work in progress Super World. I haven't made much progress on it recently, but eventually I'll finish it off. I just gotta find the creative energy and not be moving, and probably also not be buying new things. Just 2 more that are big flying levels. Fear Forge 2 smokestack attack. And there's also the other half flying level of one of the most recent levels. In fact, yeah, that was the most recent level. The most recent level was a flying level. And this one, in this one, the first half is a not flying level, which I thought was fun. It also introduces a lot of the enemies that will be used in the second half, while, you know, doing some fun platforming challenges that are well put together. My idea behind that was to look at a level like Squawk Shaft, where there's a first half and there's a second half, and one half is flying and one half isn't. Wanted to do a level like that, and you know, I did. You can see here, I'm now flying. It's cool. The smokestacks are all about. Nice theming. I figured out that I could make it so that smokestacks are coming out of the clouds. And as the smokestacks are coming out of the clouds, you don't have to worry so much about, like, you know, the bases of the smokestacks interfering with other things. They can just be obscured by clouds, which works well enough, I think. Very cool. A very fair level. Perfectly good for world, this was in world, well, this Fear Forge. It's the level, it's Fear Forge 2. Yeah, Fear Forge was the third world of my super world. This one here, Bonus Biome 2, is from the 8th world. And it's the last one I'll be showing it. You liked it? Yeah, it's quite good. I like it as well. You should check out all my levels. I make quite good ones. For this one, I wanted to make a level that was a flying level, but not using the fire clown car. Instead, using the regular clown car and trying to make challenges around that. Also, it has this aesthetic of like a rainbow that's being like torn apart by saws, and also there's these big fuckers. Hello, Carl Tololo. You have great timing. We're in last call. I also wanted to build gameplay around like jumping off your cart and you know, jumping on enemies that are coming at you, or doing things like this where, okay, gotta jump out to get that. There's guys coming, so be quick about it. Pretty fun. Feel like this level is surprisingly hard for a... Kinda hard for a flying level, where you can't fall to your death. Clear rate was apparently... It is still pretty low. But... it's cool. In the second half, it becomes less of a flying level, and instead goes to being more about skull carts. Decided to have that be the thing here. I thought it'd be fun to do a level where it was the reverse, right? Where it starts with a flying level, and then goes to non-flying levels. Also, these guys are a lot more threatening when you don't have a clown car of your own. Some nice skull cart rides. Scary motherfuckers to deal with. And also, get out of here. Guys to kill. Secret. Go under or over. And one last flight. Eee. To the end. Really quite proud of that one. Happy with how it turned out. Just a lovely, lovely level. And the theming is quite nice too. Always wanted to make a rainbow level. And, you know, look, it took me literally, what, 4 or 5 years since the game came out to do one. And I'm happy it turned out as well as it did. Just using the rainbows normally. But also using some pipe rainbows for additional, like, zoning so that there's solid walls for reasons. That's gonna do it for last calls. Let's go ahead and close the queue. and finish the levels that we have tonight. Samos is up next. Samos has been good. Was, I believe, there before I started doing the last call. I believe you're good for it, Samos. I'm going to give you the full amount of tries. You arrived just on time. That's correct. You absolutely did, Carl. For cheese means more melt, please. What? It's the next. Simos is the next, and you're after that, Freddy. Yeah, it's been sitting. Hell yeah. I don't really think Tillamook needs a slogan. But it's very funny that they thought every flavor of theirs did. I think that the cheese speaks for itself. The cheese speaks for itself. That's a pretty good name for a stream. Honestly, I was thinking... The cheese speaks for itself is a good name, but also, I will admit, I have been saying that, full sentence. What the fuck? For cheese means more melt, please. I've been saying that repeatedly, and, I think that'd be very funny as the title for a stream. When the VOD goes up, you hear me. I feel like people would wonder what that means. The cheese speaks for itself. Also, very evocative. Though with that, you wouldn't think it was about cheese. You'd think it would be about, well, maybe you'd also think the for cheese means more melt, please. Maybe you would also think that it'd be about cheese in the Mario Maker sense, since this is a Mario Maker stream. But, I don't know. Not every stream title needs to be about Mario Maker. This is a very nice level, by the way, let me say. I like all this business with the ice guys and dodging them. It's a very nice traditional level, a little bit chaotic in a fun way. Very, very good chaotic fun. Close enough.
Oh yeah, Mario time.
Very good. I'm gonna hit complete. Freddy, you are up next. I believe you have been patiently waiting. Very good. I appreciate it. I'm much obliged and all that. Thank you for liking the level, by the way. Hey, try the whole Super World. I recommend a lot of levels of mine. I have been thinking of maybe getting rid of that part at the bottom of the screen that just says my maker code all the time. Like, does that need to be in the corner all stream during a Mario Maker stream? Probably not. But I don't know. I do like it when my levels get likes. And I do believe that they ought to be liked more and played more. And giving them that slot, that little bit of promotion, probably helps. Part of why I started streaming in the first place. Well, first off, I wanted to share the process of making. But also, I felt like, let's see what this is. This has gotta be good. It's not good. Not a good pipe. I feel like we're gonna need the acceleration here. Depends which way this goes. This goes the other way. If it went the other way, then it wouldn't work for that. I do wonder with stream titles how contrived it's okay to be, right? Like, a lot of my names for streams have been things that I said, like, in the middle of streams, legitimately, like, actually just saying them apropos of nothing, or like in context it makes sense. Relatively few were like, you know, prepared ahead of time. That feels right. But then again, there's no rule that says they have to be spontaneous if they're funny and reflective of the stream or whatever. Okay, managed to get this. Fuck. Okay. Honestly, like, the other day I was thinking about... It's hard? It's a little hard. A little hard. The level? Yeah. Coming up with stream names? Yeah, it's alright. Not that hard, really. Just have to, you know, think of something funny that you said, and go like, okay, that's the title, make a thumbnail, there you go. I will say, since I'm doing a stream tomorrow morning, I'll probably get that all done tonight. I'll find the timestamps and everything. I'll make a thumbnail. That'll all be done before I do that Celeste stream tomorrow. Hey, instant key. This is the last try. Wait for those guys to explode, and we'll do it this way. There's like a little yellow flash when an arrow hits. I haven't noticed that. Is that in the originals? In the original, I don't know how I got so lucky as to land on those guys the first time, but, I forgot that was how that went. Change character to Luigi? Thank you for the redemption of, channel points.
Oh, yeah.
Luigi time. It's Luigi time. We got a couple more levels to do. We weren't able to finish that one. Hope you enjoyed seeing it played. Anyhow, we got 2 more levels. Pedro is up next. Pedro, please confirm. Pedro is over on the YouTube side. Go ahead and say a thing, Pedro, and I'll play your level. I'll do it either way, but I'll have fewer tries if you're not here. That's how we do things. That's how it works. A little difficult, says Pedro. Posting? No, that's not so hard, haha. I get it, you're talking about the level. You're talking about the level. Castle of Drac. It has a 0% clear rate. Might be a little difficult. A little difficult is a good name for a stream as well. Not this one, though.
Oh.
That should not be the hard part. That did not look so hard.
Oh.
Fuck! There we go. Dear Lord.
Oh.
We're getting farther. You know what? Hey, progress. Progress. Ooh. I feel like I need that. I want that helmet. Is the lava rising? Is that lava rising? That lava's rising. And I lost my helmet. Okay, good to note. The lava level recedes. The lava level recedes.
Oh.
I should have jumped on that faster. Jeez. I feel like we could have done it with a couple more tries, but thus is the lightning round. I'll say what I always should say when I fail a level. You can always resubmit, specifically another night, given that the queue is closed. But just please bear in mind that just because I fail at a level during the lightning round or otherwise, doesn't mean it's gone forever. You can always resubmit it another time, or even in the same stream, should the queue not be closed as it is now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The last level of tonight is Carl. Carl, go ahead and confirm. Hi! Perfect. Perfect timing. Good looking out. I love to hear it. I love to see it. Let's do it. I'll see what this VOD is called. I'm hovering between the thing that I've said like 12 times. 4 cheeses. 4 cheese. 4 cheese means more melt, please. Does it say cheese or cheeses? I can't tell because my chat's in the way. Oh, my audio mixer's in the way, not my chat. 4 cheese, singular. If ever I seem like I'm not actually reading it out, it's because my chat's in the way. On my preview monitor. I need to look at chat more than I need to look at 4 cheese means more melt, please. I know what it looks like. I saw it. I took the picture. Let's do it. I'm bouncing between that and the cheese speaks for itself. Walk. Okay, let's walk. Music level? What is this? Enchanted. Taylor Swift. I don't know if I know this song. Was Enchanted... the last album of hers that I listened to, that I liked a lot, was, 1980 whatever. 1992, whatever that album was called. It was good. It's from her Speak Now album. Yeah, I didn't listen to it. I'm sorry, I'm not much of a music person. That's just not something I keep up with. Other than anime music. And, you know, if it's in a game, I might recognize it. Speak Now is her best album. It's quite possible. I just, literally haven't listened to a new album since like 8 years ago. Nothing, no diss on Taylor. You know, I just don't listen to new music. Ever. Don't go seeking it out. Thank you for the level. I'm sure that song is very nice. I just don't recognize it. Very good. I'll spend forever wondering if you knew I was enchanted to meet you. Says the description. See what people think in the comments. I bet most people recognized it. Did y'all recognize it in chat? I appreciate you playing my levels and decided to play yours. Sweet music level. Wow, good stuff. What is that? I don't know. It doesn't look... I don't like the look of that, whatever it is. Let's hope it's a paperclip. I hope it's a paperclip. There we go. That's the last level of the night. Thank y'all for coming by and giving me all these lovely levels. It has been a nice stream. Go ahead and take that down and take this down. Because, folks, it is time to to head off. Good night indeed. Let me pull up the schedule. I'll say my normal schedule for now is going to be 2 streams a week. But this week I had plans, last week I had plans, and next week I have plans. So these last 3 weeks have ended up being 3 stream a week weeks anyway. Tomorrow I'm going to be playing 11 a.m. Central. Celeste 64, I want to check that out. I don't think it's very long. Maybe we'll finish it all. Maybe I'll just finish it. That'd be fun. Maybe an hour or 2 or 3. Yeah, that sounds like a nice little stream. Tomorrow morning, look for it. Tuesday will be Skyward Sword HD. I'm going into the 5th dungeon of that, which I looked up and I was surprised to see. I think it's the Great Sea, the Great Sand Sea next in Lanayru, the second visit to that. I thought it just went around the 3 locations in order, like going to the volcano and then to the desert, but apparently next up is desert, which is pretty cool, I think. I remember the Sand Ocean being very, very cool. I'm looking forward to that. Then after that, I'm doing a collab with Judo streamer that I really like, and have had on this stream before. That'll be a whole thing. We're gonna be playing Stardew Valley co-op, which should be nice, should be fun. That'll be next Thursday. And if you're looking for Mario Maker, it's always gonna be on Friday 6 p.m. and it will continue being so next week. 4 cheese means more melt, please. More melt, please. Let me send you off. Let me see who's online and do a quick raid. Jim Pal Podcast is doing viewer levels. Maybe we go over there. Ultra Mentality is doing Super Smash Brothers. Let's see now. Nomads of Fantasy is doing a thing. Linkus. I like Linkus. Big streamer, him. Let's see now. Who do I want to send you to? There's a lot of people online right now. I think I will send y'all. Let's send y'all over to another viewer level streamer. That sounds good. I think Jim Pal was recommended by Lord Bowser a while ago. So that's cool. I'm sure that they are very cool. I'll pull up the stream on my end so I can see the raid go in. Yeah, let me pull that up. Lord Bowser said he was planning on being here tonight, but things must have not worked out quite. He said so yesterday in chats. Obviously I don't expect people to always be here, but he said so I was thinking he would be. Oh, weird. Apparently Lord Bowser is online as well. I just didn't see him in the list when I went to do a raid. Oh well, it's too late. I will see y'all tomorrow morning for Celeste 64, free little N64 style platformer in the vein of Celeste. Like a 3D version of Celeste that was made in like a week. I think that'll be quite interesting to look at. I'm looking forward to that. After that, Skyward Sword on Tuesday, Stardew on Thursday, and then more Mario Maker on Friday as usual. I'll see you tomorrow, Sunday, then Tuesday after that. Bye! I gotta be ready to stop. Bye, folks.